Phoe, can you unpause the game real quick once again?
Oh yeah, sure. Hang on, let me unpause.
I was trying to see if I can drag this Treat Runes macro into my actions or something.
I think you might be able to. Also, I'm gonna switch to my headset from.
Okay, I got the macro saved. You can unpause it. Well, you can pause back. Yeah. Oh, it's live.
Okie dokie, I think everything is set up. I don't think I forgot anything. I really hope I didn't forget anything. That would be a problem. Everything's good.
I'm gonna go get a drink. Whee!
Yeah, go get a drink. That way you're not dehydrated during session.
Wait. Those goggles, they have evasion on them?
So, if I remember correctly, hang on. Who has the goggles right now? Is it...
I think the one holding on to them right now is...
I think Cumaenos has them.
Cumaenos.
Or... He actually... Oh, no, yeah, he does. Okay, so... I'll paste it to... Alright, it's in the chat now. The stock goggles. So, pretty much what the stock goggles do, it is an invested item. So, at the beginning of every day, you have to select it to invest, which is the little gem thing in the inventory. So when you invest it, you can activate it. Does it have like a per day? Yeah, so it's once per day. So you can activate it once per day, and for the next minute, you cannot be flanked.
I did not oversleep.
Hello, ferret.
Okay.
Yeah, so essentially what those stock goggles do is that you get an item bonus to perception checks for that 1 minute, and then you also cannot be flanked. So it's mainly for spotting enemies who are trying to sneak around, and also not being flanked. Yeah. So as a rogue, I believe you have deny advantage. Which, let me double check what it does.
I'm pretty sure deny advantage prevents flat-footed from being flanked.
Yeah, it prevents flat-footed from being flanked by things your level or lower. So level 4 and lower, you cannot be flanked. Hang on, let me double check. Yeah, so hidden, undetected, or flanking creatures of your level or lower. Or creatures of your level or lower using surprise attack. So, yeah, you can't be flanked by those kinds of enemies. So, your level or lower. The stock goggles, you can't be flanked at all, regardless of level. So they're very
No
good.
flanking.
But it's only for that 1 minute. So the stock goggles are good. But yeah, you have to activate it. So it's one of those things where you activate it at like the beginning of combat, and then it's active for that duration. But you can only use it once per day, and it's an item that you have to invest in every day. Yeah. So like you could use it, but you've already got deny advantage, which is permanently active. So it's probably better on somebody else.
Yeah.
It could be useful either on Duncan or me, since we both have really high perception.
True.
His fighter and investigator perception scaling is insane.
Yeah, fighter and investigator have very, very high perception scaling. And it would be good for a fighter because especially if they have I think Duncan has it actually, where like they want to be flanked. So does he have that feat? I don't think he has it. It's a fighter feat. Yeah, he doesn't have it. Yeah, so there's a fighter feat where if you're flanked, as a single action you can attack both enemies that are flanking you. And if a fighter who has that also has like the stock goggles, for example, not only will they not be flat-footed at all, they can still take advantage of that fighter ability. I forgot what it's called. I know I took it on Leeling in Spen's game. Because it's extremely useful.
I forget. I also know what feat you're talking about. I also forgot the name of it because a fighter I played with was lamenting that she never got flanked.
Wow.
Well, yeah, the funny thing is, if your DM is either smart or kind of a dick, they'll make sure that if the fighter has that feat, they will not flank them, which is kind of mean.
The problem is, it'd be a little tough for the DM to know that it's a Westmarch style server.
Oh, okay. But yeah, no, like me, I won't be a dick and be that kind of DM where like, oh, the fighter took this feat, and they get free attacks on the flanking enemies for one action. Well, the whole point of taking those feats is to be able to use them, so I'm not gonna then turn around and create situations where you can't use the thing that you took a feat for.
The feat is called Quick Reversal.
Quick Reversal, yeah. So that's what I took on
the
Leeling.
fucker.
Yeah, so I took that on Leeling because she was a cavalier fighter, and had a polearm with reach. So that was really nice. When you have like a huge threat range like that, very, very nice.
Oh.
I have 2 more bullets in this SMG.
Are you gonna reload it?
Like total or in your fucking
I
mag?
think it's total.
You could probably just like bum some bullets off of
Oh no, I'm throwing this shit away.
You're throwing it away? Okay.
It's evidence for something. I
it's
shot up
evidence.
a wall.
Okay.
Where are you gonna throw it away though?
We'll find out.
Yeah, I guess there are bullet imprints in the wall, probably.
What are you gonna do about the truck though? You should leave it there as evidence?
Yeah, it's fine.
Something that I realized may be a good question. Are there like cameras?
Yes.
I'm glad somebody asked that.
I figured regardless, but
Because, like, the funny thing, too, was I was gonna wait until Nate brought it up, because he's got scouting lore. Ash has got scouting lore, okay? He would know this stuff. So I was just gonna sit there and let stuff happen if he didn't go for the cameras. I actually have in my notes where, like, if Nate started asking that stuff, it's like, oh, you know that, in situations like these, the first thing that people will go for are the cameras. So, I'm glad you asked that. That's something that's something to address in character.
I wonder what you'll do about that.
Mm-hmm.
You have to make me roll the scouting lore now before we leave.
I mean,
These are things to think about.
Mhm.
I'm wondering, because I mean, damn, that's gonna be something difficult. Like, depending on what the campers were able to see, we might be able to get away with it. Like, if they were able to see that we were getting fucking attacked, but
It
remember,
depends on where they're positioned, right? If they even
depends
didn't
on where
see
they're positioned.
anything.
Also depends, cause like, well, no, the looks of me, man, was like at least mostly there. So
The other thing to keep in mind too is that you hotwired a truck, rammed it
Yes.
into a building, and
Yes.
caused a fair bit of property damage.
Right.
yeah, no, I
That
don't
wasn't
think
me. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't think the property damage can be put under self-defense.
It's fine, you're rich, you can pay a fee.
Someone can pay my fee.
Yeah, someone can pay your fee. So you don't have to worry about a single thing. Totally.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Yeah, so Carhash is going to be a little bit late today, but he'll join us when he arrives. Cole...
Man, I could have spent more time just lounging in bed.
Cole, I'm going to have to prod him. Home. You're probably
coal.
sleeping in again.
Poke the coal.
Alright, so anyway, before we get started at all today, what's the plans for session? What's the party gonna do?
Well, first I'm gonna take care of these cameras that I've been made aware of.
You've been possibly made aware of.
Possibly. I can roll high on that.
Roll a
think.
1.
Roll one. Don't crit
Roll
fail.
a 1.
Man, that's what I love about having a modern setting or an industrialized setting. There's extra things to think about in regards to stuff
Like property damage laws.
like property damage. I'd actually been going through entire lists of spells and items to try and figure out what sorts of things would be regulated, restricted, or outright prohibited. Because, when you have a modern society, things are going to be kind of controlled a little bit. So, I mentioned it to DG before, but stuff that causes, or makes use of blight burn. So, I think this pops up in Extinction Curse, actually, in the later volumes. But Blightburn and Blightburn sickness is essentially radiation sickness in Pathfinder. And, yeah, there's like an entire area, I think, that's afflicted by Blightburn. And it does poison damage. So it's a disease, Blightburn sickness. And then there's a spell called Blightburn Blast, which causes poison damage.
Cancer ray.
Yeah, it's literally a cancer ray.
And it can have permanent effects that last to a year in game.
Yeah, it can. That's Blightburn sickness. And it's horrible. So, something like that, for example, completely prohibited. That's like a war crime in this setting. So, it's
Okay,
one of
but
the...
on the other hand, you can't tell me that like every fucking caster who's working retail doesn't have quick sort.
They probably do. They probably all have like quick sort. Like probably the most common utility spells would be Mage Hand, Prestidigitation, Message for like short range telepathy stuff. Let's see. Yeah, quick sort would be like a higher level like utility one. There's like appropriate attire, like a lot of like really super mundane utility spells that I think people would just kind of like, if they're not an adventurer, they'll probably just kind of like have it around on them, like, you know, and just cast it when they're feeling lazy. You know, that's
like
really
me.
funny.
I mean, listen, sometimes you're feeling a little depressed, can't spend 3 hours in the shower, so just one quick snap of the fingers and poof, you don't smell like stink.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, I don't think a Prestidigitation would have, like, the exact same feeling of cleanliness as, like, taking a bath or a shower, but it suits the purpose, like, in a pinch.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, like I said, it's just like someone who's like too depressed to move.
Can I
Yeah.
use prestidigitation to wipe my fingerprints off of that car?
You know, that's actually a good question. Hang on. I have to
Search it up.
It
I have to actually
cleans the
look up-
surface magically.
Yeah, it
Mhm.
cleans the surface, and fingerprints are technically
Stains.
stains.
You get fingerprints on your phone. Those are
Mhm.
stains.
Oh
Why
shit.
why does it matter if they're on a wheel? Those are stains. Who cares if
did-
it's evidence?
I never thought of that. Holy shit.
Ash is the perfect rogue.
Oh fuck.
Mhm.
Okay. I actually am gonna have to think about that. Hang on. I do have to look up what prestidigitation does and like how it works. 'Cause it does say that you can clean stuff.
You can clean like a 5x5 surface.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know if that would include fingerprints. I mean, color.
Do any
clean
of
or
y'all know
so.
mending?
Mending is a full spell, unfortunately.
Mending
Isn't
isn't as easily accessible in
and it's-
PF2.
And also, mending is cough worse than just repairing. Cough,
Yeah,
especially when you have quick repair.
It
Cough.
really
Okay,
is.
then you can fix the wires that I broke that I tore out of the car.
You think I can't?
Okay,
I mean, you
so,
can go ahead.
So you know what? I think I will say that prestidigitation can remove fingerprints. Oh, shit! I never
Alright,
thought
cool.
of that. I never thought of that before. Oh my god.
Mhm.
I will note though that fingerprints aren't the only way to comb a crime scene. So,
Mhm.
just because
It
there's
will
no
be
Would
fine.
prestidigitation not get rid of hair samples?
so like prestidigitation, yeah, it won't get rid of other material evidence. It can get rid of fingerprints. But so I think I actually wrote this into one of my short stories featuring Ace Hartman.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, because he's a cop. And a lot of police departments, at least in Midgard, they'll have units that
Yeah,
bless you.
Bless you.
They'll have units that will comb crime scenes magically. And whenever anyone uses magic, it leaves a unique signature. So if you use magic on a scene, chances are they'll find traces of it. Yeah.
I remember that. Okay.
Yeah. I actually wrote that into one of my stories.
Hello.
So- oh, hello,
My
Cole.
apologies.
No, it's
When
okay.
misunderstood when I asked to be poked a week at one.
This would. Well, you know, I didn't murder anybody, technically.
Didn't murder anyone. I mean, you still crashed a truck into a building. So, yeah.
I only ran over a dead guy. It's
But
fine.
well,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, no, like, what was it? So, for context, Cole, Furt started out asking, oh, are, like, there any cameras around? And I was just kind of sitting there laughing, because I was waiting for somebody to ask that, because otherwise I was just gonna let you guys go, and not bring it up. But then Nate kind of brought up the idea. It's like, oh, can you use prestidigitation to clean off fingerprints? And I had to think about it. Because can prestidigitation do that? And looking at the spell, fingerprints are technically stains, so yeah, you can prestidigitation those away. But there's other ways for combing through a crime scene that don't require physical evidence, so don't think you're off the hook.
The only
It's
thing
a
I
good step
touched
forward.
with fingerprints was the goggles, because I wear gloves otherwise.
And the steering wheel.
And
I touched the
I haven't touched
crane.
no steering wheel.
and the other thing I brought up too is because I wrote it into one of my short stories that had to do with actually a cop in this setting. Like there's other ways of scanning for evidence that don't require actual physical or material evidence. So like if somebody uses magic in a crime scene, they have ways of detecting that. Because anytime anyone casts a spell or uses magic, it leaves some kind of like energy or residue, and it's unique to the person. So if you wipe away fingerprints, they will know. Like they'll know somebody was there, but unless like you're known to police and they have like your signature on file, there's no way that they can connect it to you. But if they can find a match, like you're in trouble.
I just realized I probably wouldn't leave fingerprints on the crane because, like, although they may be fingerless, I am still kind of wearing gloves, and it's just like instead of just fucking poking at the button, it's probably more of like a hand slam.
Anyway.
You're
Right.
fine.
Anyway, Carhast is going to be a little late today, but he said we could start without him. So, I guess we can get started then, since the rest of you are here. Hello, welcome. Who would like to do the recap from last time? You get an extra hero points.
We were
Anybody?
just out here trying to make our way downtown,
Oh,
walking
God.
at a normal pace, when all of a sudden shadows passed it, and we're fight bound.
When all of a sudden the boogeyman appeared. Oh,
Just for that, I'm docking you a hero point if you had any. I hate you so much.
I did have a hero point.
No, I'm gonna keep the hero point.
Oh, okay, I actually did remove it. Oh, 1 second, actually, I'm being called for breakfast.
Want to be safe? I will take the ring to Mordor. Last time on ReGenesis Season 2, The Lost Boys with a new member will walk down a long and lonely road heading down to the warehouse district to locate the reward for their previous work. Along the way, they're accosted by a group of shadows and a look-see man who attempt to assail them. They altercate, destroying the shadows and the look-see man. There might have been a car that ran one of them over, who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Nobody remembers, nobody was there, nobody saw anything. But it was found out after the fact that perhaps this look-see man was sent by someone else, perhaps related to organized crime within the city, that wanted the lost boys dead and gone. And so here we are, in the aftermath of the altercation that no one was involved with, because no one would ever hotwire a vehicle and cause property damage. That would not be us. Here we are, after the fact.
Ooh, that was good.
that was really good.
I'm clapping.
Alright, everybody give yourself a hero point. Cole, you can give yourself 2.
2? Nice.
Man, what's amazing about that is like it reminds me so much of like a Johnny Cash song. I'm like, I'm just waiting for like the music to kick in. It's like,
The banjo out.
yeah. It reminded me so much of a Johnny Cash song, and I was just kind of waiting. I'm like, oh man. All right.
Hey, listen, my summary probably reminded someone of a song too. That's points,
Just
right?
just in the wrong way.
Wrong genre.
Oh no.
Anyway, so I have unpaused. You guys are free to move and do
All right, I'm
whatever
rolling
you
this
like.
first.
Oh, scouting lore. Okay. All right. So Nate, so using the scouting lore with the 16. So, Ash, you're in the business of being discreet, and what you guys just did is complete opposite. It's so far from discreet that if somebody were to come across the aftermath of all of this, someone's gonna be probing, and it wouldn't take too much to find you or find the culprit. And with your scouting lore, you know the typical routine is to scrub the crime scene as much as possible, leave as little evidence behind, and look for cameras to make sure you were never seen. So that would be the standard procedure for you for something like this.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, there's no way I'm, going to be able to pull this truck back from, smashing the building. So...
I mean, you've got, an engineer who could probably rig stuff up to make it look like, oh, the brakes just kind of, they look a little worn. So, maybe the brakes just kind of gave out and the truck rolled away. So, there's that.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, help me cover up the crime.
Well, can I look for the cameras, see if they're in any position?
Yes. That would be perception check, please.
Perception. I'm rolling. 28.
Oh my god, okay.
Nat 20.
I think he might see
wow.
them.
Yeah, that's no question. Okay. So, you see cameras here. Hang on. Yeah.
I zoom.
Here. Why am I? Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. I am so dumb. Here. On that street light.
On the street light.
Up here. Just at the end of the alleyway. And then... back here. Towards the intersection at the street. Yeah, so there's 3.
Is there any way I can tell where they're hooked up to? If there's wires leading somewhere?
Not externally, no. You wouldn't be able to tell. They're probably wired to the actual buildings that they're attached to, or they're more like traffic cameras. So you're not sure of where they'd be connected to. They're probably connected to a local hub or something. But as for where that is, you don't know. Okay. Yeah, it could be somewhere on the block, or usually the central hub for those kinds of cameras, it's in the nearby vicinity. And the only thing that you can see for sure that might contribute to security cameras is antenna up here. It's like a cell tower or something. You're not sure. It looks like a cell tower.
Hey, crew. I'm gonna need your help with something.
Sure. What is it?
Well, you wouldn't want to go to prison, right?
Well, no.
Could you help me make this look like an accident?
Who just looks at the truck currently crashed into the cement truck, looks at the bullet holes from ash in the walls, because I think from where Crew was, whenever he missed, it would just go kind of like into the air, not really into a wall. Yeah, that that might be a good idea.
Mhm. Could you fix the wiring in the truck and just cut the brakes, or make it look like the brakes gave out?
I mean, I've only like really worked on cars once or twice before, but oops, accidentally opened up mate sheet. I probably should be able to. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to first, at the very least, I'm going to try to fix the wiring.
So truck's here, by the way, in the the orange square. That's where
Oh,
the truck is.
whoops.
Sorry.
Mhm.
I-
Okay.
For some
Yeah,
reason, I
so-
thought it was
I just
higher
marked
up.
it there.
So
Never
it's like
mind.
here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go take care of the signal.
Oh my god. All right. Crew, roll me an engineering, please.
Yeah, right? There we go.
Oh,
Okay, yeah,
that does
that's
it
not
for
bad.
sure. Yeah. All right. So with the 27, you're definitely able to do what Ash asked of you. So you're able to repair the wires so that it looks like they're not cut. You have a bunch of spare wire sitting around in your bags anyway, you know, being the tech guy.
Yeah.
And then you're also able to wear down the brake pads a little bit and weaken them to make it kind of seem like, oh, this is just an accident waiting to happen. No one will know. There's no way. And you kind of pull a magnet out of your bag as well and kind of clean up any metal shavings that you leave lying around. And yeah, looks like a perfect accident that was waiting to happen.
Yeah. The whole time as he's doing this, Crew is just like, you know, normally when he's working on stuff, like, he's at least content. He is not happy about doing this.
There's a little moral dilemma there.
Like, it's not even so much a moral dilemma. I mean, it is that, but there's also, like, you know, he is now actively fucking with a crime scene.
Yeah.
So he's just like full on like he's still able to do all that like very well, but he is still like full on like shaking.
Yeah, you are now an accessory to a crime.
Mhm.
Congratulations, you're a criminal. Just don't get caught.
I need uppies.
There's a ladder right there. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a ladder like right here. You can just climb up
Yeah,
it.
but
Yeah, well, I
the map has
Oh!
walls.
Oh, right, I forgot. Thank you.
I need God to give me uppies.
Okay, there you go. You can move around now.
If I shoot this with a scatter shot, would it short circuit it?
What's your scatter shot again?
It is.
I know you renamed all your spells.
Yeah. It's a scatterbolt. But it's,
electric.
I think.
It's an electric arc, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, electric arc? Okay.
Mhm.
So Alright, so if you do use that spell on it, yes, you can short circuit it. But that's not going to get rid of the data or the video. You'd have to either well, actually, no, you probably could. You can probably fry the central hub and it would destroy everything. Yeah, no, I think you could do that. The video would be lost.
And they'd be like, oh, that just happened to happen at the same time.
Yeah, it's like,
Mhm.
I actually don't know for sure if that's how that would actually work, but I'm just making stuff up. So yeah, if you
I would
want to
be-
do that, you can go ahead.
I mean, at the same time, Phoe, I would be very confused if you thought about all the logistics of fucking tasing a goddamn antenna.
Yeah, I think about a lot of these things, but I can't think of everything.
We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna fry it.
Alright, so we're gonna use it? Alright. Oh, it's just a cantrip too, okay. Alright, Ash, so what you do You place your hand on the antenna, and the entire thing is made out of metal and conducts extremely well. Electricity shoots out of your hands and shoots up the scaffold thing and completely fries everything. You hear what sounds like a surge and then an explosion as the whole thing just kind of, I wouldn't say blows up, but yeah, it sparks and fizzes and smokes and explodes. There's just a small explosion, and you can see a plume of black smoke just kind of emanating from it now. And at the same time, you hear a loud buzzing shooting through the power lines nearby. And you see all the lights down the street, so all of these, they also spark and explode too in a shower of glass. You've just kind of shot out the power on the entire block.
Oh look, more property damage.
Somebody blew up a transformer.
I actually know what that sounds like. It happened before here. But yeah, no, you blew up a transformer and now the power's out in the entire block.
My child will not throw rocks covered in copper wiring at the power lines.
But yeah, you can probably guess that the video's probably gone. Yeah, it's probably fried. There you go.
Okay.
Crisis averted, at least for now.
This is so funny.
I'm gonna assume that it's faster for Ash to get up there and do that than it is for Crew to completely fix everything. So it's just like in the middle of like trying to put. I'll say as he's finished replacing the wires, Crew's just like just like very obvious flinches. The explosion just has to like pause for a solid few seconds to just catch his breath.
You doing all right?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, just that whatever that noise was, it just kind of shocked me. Above table, shocked.
Oh my god.
That was not intentional.
That was a terrible pun, and you should be ashamed.
I never am. I know no shame.
Ash is gonna pat him on the back and not say anything and just walk off.
Crew, you get the sense that you've just done something that you probably shouldn't have.
Yeah. Crew actually flinches at the pat.
We'll make a criminality yet, kid.
What?
I didn't say that in character. Cumaenos sounds more like this anyway. Got him, Lamau, idiot.
That sounds so wrong.
It's a good thing that Duncan is currently dissociating. Otherwise, this would be a horrible first impression.
Yeah, Duncan's probably too busy being treated by the doc to really notice, because the truck is right here. It's right here. It's blocking view of your activities. So
I mean, certainly not blocking hearing.
You know, if you're in pain, right? You got fucking cut up. Would you care? Things are exploding around you and we're trying to get healed.
I don't know. I've never
I feel like
actually
I'd
really
care.
gotten hurt.
I feel like I could care more.
I mean, he didn't care that I like hotwired the car and tried to ram.
self-defense. That's what he said.
Self-defense.
Yeah.
All right. So, what would you guys like to do now, or would you like to go?
Well, what I plan to do is heal everyone and get rid of enfeebled with my treat condition.
Oh yeah, you might want to do that.
That'd probably take too long to do.
Wasn't that something that in the last session we said could be done while we're like leaving?
Yeah, I mean, you can do that in the process of like while Ash and crew are doing all that, because I don't think it would take. It'd take a bit of time, for them to scrub the crime scene. But yeah, no, you could probably treat condition on a few people. So what's the cooldown on it?
I have no idea.
There doesn't really appear to be a cooldown on tree condition.
Oh yeah, you can just use it whenever.
Oh, and it's only 2 actions.
Yeah.
So it literally takes like no time at all.
It takes like no time at all. It's just a counteract check.
You slap a band-aid on it and be like, you're good, your soul's fine. It's not getting ripped out of your
Yeah.
body no more.
So
Rub
I'm
some
gonna
dirt on it.
rub some dirt on it. Yeah, so I'm gonna hand wave and say that you're able to treat everybody and get rid of the enfeebled. So you can all get rid of your enfeebled condition right now if you've got it. And I'll do that for Duncan.
Already did it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, you can all get rid of your enfeebled condition. And for those of you who had your shadows tampered with, your shadows look like they're back to normal.
Oh,
Although it's a little strange that Doc seems able to treat that sort of thing. Don't know how it works, it just does.
Here's my question: Does Doc treat the person or the shadow?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. The answer is yes.
Yep, the answer is just yes.
I was unharmed.
You were in a truck this whole time.
Yes.
You did probably just the worst drive-by possible. You ran someone over and then shot him up.
I did it
Fucking hit
reverse.
you. Yeah, you hear the beep, beep, beep.
Smash!
That Emmy would have gotten plenty of warning. Guess you heard all that.
Man, this
I can't
worst
believe-
drive-by in history. As
I
to
can't believe-
leave criminal activity.
I can't believe the looksy man didn't look and see that.
Pain. Pain.
You know what? Give yourself another hero point for that. That was actually kind of clever.
He's already
Not
back.
too many.
Oh, you're maxed. Okay.
I was
I
already
mean,
maxed
listen,
when you
if
gave me 2.
If it's meant to be given and it just sort of like falls, I wouldn't mind scrounging that up.
You make bad puns, you don't get it.
All right. So
I like the shock one.
So yeah, the crime scene's thoroughly, air quotes, clean. Did you get rid of your fingerprints?
Oh, I did not.
Yeah,
Let's
you
go
might
back
want to
and
do.
do that.
You might want to do that. It's just a prestidigitation
Yeah.
on whatever you
I-
touched.
I
I
could see
want-
Ash just being like, just passively smart enough or experienced enough to know to do that.
Mhm.
None of
I
you
want
find
it on the record.
none of you find this weird at all. That he's
I want
just.
it on the record. I didn't touch nothing.
The only
Yeah.
accessory to crime is crew now.
Yeah, you see Ash just kind of casually going about concealing the group's activities. Like he's weirdly thorough about it, like he's done this before.
I think I know why.
Yeah, Doc, you know
Are
exactly
you
why.
okay? Are you still good?
Yeah,
Funny.
Doc, you know exactly why he'd be good at this. But yeah, you guys may continue wherever you'd like to go.
Shall we move on? That was kind of loud.
We might as well just go ahead and go on ahead.
Believe it was this way.
Alright, so you
Yeah.
guys are continuing to the mining office.
Mhm.
Ready. So, I actually have a map for this, so give me a minute.
Where?
Wow.
Wow.
Maps. I want to see all the maps. You already know what they look like.
Oopsie. Configure. Hang on.
Also, this is the first time Ash has ever been nice to anybody. and it was to help him cover up a crime.
Cover up
I
a
mean-
crime.
Wonder why.
You're like, hey, you're useful. Help me cover up a crime.
hmm
Google, turn on everything.
Sorry, I have to reload because my map is not working.
I'm dumb.
One moment.
Wait.
And
Hey,
it's reloading.
Either we
too.
all go to jail or we don't go to jail.
I'd rather you don't go to jail.
Mhm.
That too would be my defense in court. I don't wanna.
I don't
Oh,
want-
Nah, I'm good.
I'm a good boy. I don't deserve this. That is definitely something someone said in court once.
Mhm.
Look at me, I'm just a little guy. I would never.
It's a
Mhm.
very poor defense.
Do I look like a person?
That's
No,
it. That's the end of the
I'm not a-
sentence.
I'm not a person. You can't throw me in jail.
Uh-huh.
Oh god, that fucking dipshit.
Imagine somebody use that defense. Oh, I'm not a person, so you can't try me in court.
I'm not a person. You can't arrest me for shoplifting these $300 worth of candy bars.
It was a natural disaster. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, you could do like the sovereign citizen argument, which so many people seem to use.
I'm a sovereign citizen.
Yeah, I'm a sovereign citizen. You can't. I'm not subject to your laws.
I swear to
Wow.
God, I've heard sovereign citizen be explained like so many times, and I still don't remember what the hell that means.
So basically, what sovereign citizen means is that you're just living in another country. Like you're a citizen of that country, but you're not subject to its laws. Like you're
Like diplomatic immunity kind
Yeah,
of.
it's like diplomatic immunity, but you're not a diplomat. You're just like a normal person. And most people who use the sovereign citizen excuse to get out of being charged for crimes, they're kind of dicks in the first place. So, yeah. But yeah, no, I watch a lot of those silly court shows.
Silly
So-
court. Tricks are for kids.
Yeah, like the court cam stuff, and a lot of people use the sovereign citizen excuse to not get charged with anything. It doesn't work.
Couldn't be me.
Nope.
Alright, so I can activate this now. Nope, new map. There we go.
Oh, I haven't seen this one yet.
Yeah, I threw this together literally yesterday.
Oh wow.
Is that the office?
I mean, it's a pretty small office.
Is there broken glass over there? Wow. Okay.
Actually,
Hey, look,
didn't
it's
get
me.
any.
It's
I didn't
you.
actually get any walls on here, so. So yeah, you
doesn't
can
matter.
you can see everywhere, but yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's fine. All right, you guys may move around. Yeah, unlike the previous street that you guys were on, which is completely without power now, this seems perfectly fine. So the power outage doesn't seem to affect things this far.
I will put my hood on just in case.
But it's getting a little bit darker. It's almost 6 p.m. in the evening right now, so the sun's dipped a little bit below the building, so there's
I see.
barely a little bit of sunlight, so it's a little dark. And the streets seem completely empty, and a lot of the buildings don't seem to be occupied right now, because everyone's gone home by this point.
Yeah. I would say that Doc puts his mask back on,
Okay.
just because this guy hasn't seen him like this yet. Just a necessary
Phoe
precaution.
doesn't have any way of hiding his identity.
You people have identities?
Yeah,
You wearing a
wait,
mask the whole time.
yeah, you have identities? And then Duncan's just like following us to spite, you know?
I could see Duncan just kind of waiting outside. He doesn't have shit to do here.
He just sits outside.
Alright, yeah, so the mining office, strangely enough, this time of day actually still seems to have somebody in it. You see the lights on through the window here.
Going to knock.
Oh no.
No.
I actually heard that.
Yeah, that's why I talked, so that way a noise cancellation wouldn't ignore that.
Alright, Ash, you hear shuffling beyond the door, like you've just disturbed somebody. And you hear a gravelly voice and a call out, come in.
It's
3 headshots straight to the head.
That was a good idea, but no, that's not what happens. You see,
What do you mean, good idea?
shoot him in the head as you walk in the door. No, that doesn't happen. You're fine. You're fine. Yeah, Ash. The office seems the same as when you saw it 4 days ago. And the mine boss is just sitting in the chair, rifling through a bunch of papers. And he seems surprised to see you guys. Or see you. I don't think he sees anyone else, because like you're all out there.
small office.
Yeah, it's a small office.
You all right there?
I didn't expect to see you back. Been missing for a couple days now.
Yeah, something unexpected happened.
Yeah, I can see that. Got a message a couple hours after y'all left the office. I assumed you got the situation handled, but didn't hear back. I assumed something happened. Then we heard the mine had collapsed. Good to see that you're all right.
Yeah. And we technically did get that job done, right?
I mean, 1 second. This is just the player forgetting. What was the initial job again? It was like to clear out the mines, right?
Clear out the mines and collect ores and stuff.
Or is
Yeah.
this a bonus?
Yeah, the
Yeah, that
ores
was-
was a bonus.
I can
But-
definitely say, you know,
Mhm.
there were no more of those goddamn crabs in there by the time we.
Were
Got
they crabs?
got.
Yeah, they were crabs.
Mhm.
I forgot.
At the very least, the big one was a crab.
I think the little ones
No,
were
there were
crabs
little
too.
ones.
Yeah, there were little
Yeah.
crabs. Yeah. Yeah, the mine boss will go through his records. Like he'll shove aside the ashtray sitting on his desk, so he can go through the computer files.
With numbers, how many cigar butts are in there?
Are you even in the office?
Yeah.
Like, you can't tell. You
Nah,
can't see.
crew at this point will kind of just like step forward and like kind of walk in. Yeah.
How many cigarette butts are in the ashtray?
For numbers, give me an approximation.
There's about 30 cigarette butts. He
Jesus,
smokes
this
a
guy
lot.
has some longs.
But you get the sense that it hasn't been emptied out in a while, at least a couple of days. So that's a couple of days worth of cigarette butts. He smokes a lot. So the mine boss will eye you, Ash and crew. Kind of suspicious, but also a little impressed. So, how'd y'all get out of that predicament? I'd heard reports that y'all disappeared after the mine collapse. And
Well-
there'd been a rescue effort put up looking for you.
Well, that's a long story. But we found a way.
Ah, I see. Well, going through the records, guess the contract has been marked as complete. So, I guess you're definitely owed the rest of your payment. 150, was it?
Was it 150?
So the
yes, it
initial
was.
the initial contract was 300 per day each, and because you guys kind of jostled him a little, he gave you half up front, so it'd be
Because we needed our
150.
fucking train ticket.
Yeah, you guys needed like the cash for supplies and stuff. So yeah, it was half up front, and the agreement was like remainder upon completion.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I just realized because all my fucking around I have 3 ghost touch runes in my inventory. Let me delete those.
150 sounds right.
Yeah, and then as he's going through the paperwork and typing up stuff, he's still staring at you kind of strangely. So, do y'all see anything interesting while you were getting out of the rubble? Can't have been easy.
It's all been a blur. It's more focused on getting out than what was around me.
Oh, that's mighty impressive. Definitely worth the money. And, one thing that you'll notice, actually no, this is a perception check.
I'm percepting.
Yeah.
Would I be able to percept from here too?
Yeah, sure.
I'm
I got a
not
10.
percepting, I'm doing something else. Haha.
That's mighty fine of you.
Roll a 30.
27.
Okay.
Close enough.
You guys are further away and you can see what's going on more than Ash can. Okay. Alright. Crew, you see this more obviously than Doc does, but you'll notice that when he's or when the mind boss is writing up your payment slips, it's 400, not 150. And then Ash, the boss, will slide paper across the table to you. And then at this point, you do see the number. Now, I know this might a bit more than what we agreed upon, but consider it extra payment for your troubles. And Doc, with a 27 on that perception check, and your experience with these sorts of things, you get the strong suspicion that this is hush money.
I see.
And from your experience with this sort of thing, if you take it, you're kind of under the heel of whoever's offering it. But if you don't take it, it could be a lot of trouble.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
You know what happens to people who take hush money, and what happens to people who don't, because more than a couple of times you've been paid off in the past.
Yes.
Yeah.
guess at this point he just step in a little more.
400.
Mm-hmm. Appropriate, considering everything you've been through, don't you think? Of course, I'd really appreciate it if you kept quiet about all this. Bad for business, you know?
Yeah, I see. You wouldn't want to ruin your company's name.
That, and, well, we wouldn't want the higher-ups coming down on this situation, if you feel me.
Are you not?
Mhm.
Please inform me more about these higher ups.
Well, I'm just a middleman. I don't have much authority over these sorts of things. And it would be a bit of a hassle if the corpos came breathing down my neck. And be mighty inconvenient for you too. He leans back in his chair, watching the two of you. Oh, three.
I don't know, guys. Do we take it? Or do we have more issues?
I mean, honestly, this is a gamble because I think I might just. There's certainly, like, not really sure what to say about this. Okay, never mind.
You guys can talk about this out of character if you want.
Yeah.
Because this is, not exactly an easy choice.
I mean, we could always just take his money and do whatever. But I'm not sure I want to take this money.
Hang on one
I'm not
second.
sure I want.
Let me check my notes.
Note checking.
Alright.
You can always just kick his ass and then he can hush money this.
That's actually an option if you wanted. Alright, I'll let the three of you that are in the room do a perception check.
Perception.
Mm-hmm.
If I could get control back of my mouse, I will do that.
This idiot's too close. His positioning's so bad. If he uses his ult now, he can gank him.
I got a nat 1 on that one.
Oh no.
I
Oh.
didn't get a nat 1.
I rerolled. Got a nat.
Okay.
Got 26.
Alright, yeah, that makes it. The DC was 21. Alright.
Funny
Doc.
number.
Yeah, Doc. Doc, with the 21, the Mind Boss seems on edge and kinda cagey. And you don't think you'd be able to squeeze too much information out of him unless you're very careful.
I see.
Yeah. Like, you get the impression that
I feel like, what was the name of this company again?
Diamonds in a Rough.
Diamond in a rough. And
I
remember
have
when you
evidence that their mining company was dealing with the people. Haha.
Yeah.
Remember.
I think we
Ash,
saw it before, yeah.
Yeah, Ash, you
I
were
have
there
pictures. Haha.
Okay.
when you found the boxes. Remember that?
Draw what conclusions you like, but oh yeah, the Mind Boss seems a little anxious. Like he's not malicious, but you get the sense that he's trying to cover his own ass here.
Call me naive, but like, you know, if he's just trying to cover his own ass, we just take the money and fuck off.
But then we'll be watched.
I mean, it seems like a damned if you do, damned if you don't to me. Take the money, we get watched. Don't take the money, we definitely get watched.
I think it just has a different outcome. depending on like, I think this man.
Like, okay, 26 perception. What else can I give you? You probably could get more information out of him, but you'd have to be very delicate about it. Or I mean, you could be like really forceful about it. Either way, yeah, you could get more info out of him.
I've already committed one crime today, so.
It's like Pringles. Once you pop, you can't stop. Once you crime, you can't.
Wait.
I can't think of something that doesn't rhyme. I can't think of something that rhymes with crime.
Grime.
Hold this up and vanished. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Once you crime, you're in the grime.
Phoe disappeared?
No, Cole did.
Oh, call. Uh-oh.
That's not good.
Alright, what would you guys like to do?
Okay. So,
So yeah, there's a couple options. You could take the hush money, you could refuse it, and take whatever it was that you were owed. You could beat him up for more information, or you can try to coax it out of him. There's a couple of different options, but situation might change depending on what you do.
yeah. Because technically, we do have enough where we could probably blackmail him.
Right.
Funnily enough. About who these so-called higher-ups really are.
You want to have blackmail him?
I'm just saying that's an option.
Yeah, you could blackmail, because Cumaenos did take photos of those crates marked with the suit emblems. And Ash knows about that because he helped him break into that warehouse. And then you guys entered a mine belonging to this company, which was also set above an illegal weapons facility, which you guys also have evidence of. So yeah, you guys have plenty to blackmail him with, or you can use it as leverage. Well, leverage, blackmail, same thing, whatever.
The
This technically
SMG, would you be able to tell that it's from a robot? Or like, it's not like manufactured the same way as a normal one would be?
Oh
Does
yeah,
it
you did take that off of one of the sentries. Yeah, so yeah, you could use that as evidence.
There's
Okay.
also other things, like the polearm you have.
Which is on his back right now. It's in dagger mode.
So yeah, you guys could do like all that to, present evidence, and I think I'll give you either a +1 to, this would be, I think, a circumstance bonus to diplomacy or intimidation, whichever one you want. So you can use any of those things.
Pole's back. Hello.
Yeah, my internet
Cool.
flipped out. Sorry about that.
It's
Oh,
fine.
good.
Damn, I think did someone have to just go around trying to crash trucks and destroy transformers around here or something?
You were.
But yeah, while you were out, Cole, I was just kind of explaining the situation to the guys. Yeah, so the party does have a significant amount of evidence that you can use as leverage for blackmail. So the photos that you took of the crates at the mine, the fact that the mine site was above an illegal weapons facility, you have records from said facility, and you also
There
have
are weapon schematics from said facility.
yeah, weapon schematics from that facility. You also have actual weapons from the facility that could probably be tracked back to the company. And I was just saying that if the party presents any of that as evidence or leverage for blackmail, I'll give you a +1 circumstance bonus to either intimidation or diplomacy.
How about you give us 1,000 and keep your mouth shut?
Oh gosh.
Partner.
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 Oh, yeah, there's a couple of things you can do. You can try to get more information. You can blackmail. You can accept the money. You can refuse it. You can beat the guy up. There's a couple of different options.
Yeah.
I mean-
Is that whatever way we choose will have an effect.
I mean, at the end of the day, all of you do you in the room, because Cumaenos explicitly didn't walk inside, but my out-of-character opinion is that we can... I mean, this guy already knows that we know, we just haven't let him know that we know that he know that he knows that we know, right?
That was a tongue twister.
So should we let him know that we know?
I mean, he already knows that we know, so letting us know that he knows that we know.
He's
It's
hoping we
fine.
won't talk about it.
Yeah. So we can twist his arm a little bit.
That's okay. I get the feeling now. Yeah, he's hoping we won't bring it up, and giving us his hush money, saying, "Hey, do not bring up anything you saw in there to anyone."
Like, there's
Period.
also 5 of you. Like, you could just go with just one guy. You could kick his ass if you wanted.
True.
We could just mug him.
You could just mug him, yeah.
That's another crime.
Who's he gonna
though.
go to? The cops? Idiot. Lamau, crime
I
boss,
will-
guy, idiot.
I will note, though, because you accepted a contract from this place, all of your errant profiles are on file.
Yeah.
Man, it would be a shame if this building burned down. It'd be fucking crying shame. What the hell? Holy
Actually,
shit.
you could totally do that, too. I mean, you're in the industrial district that deals with a lot of hazardous materials, and there's
There was
like,
just
a
a
lot of machinery.
transformer that blew down the
Oh,
road.
yeah.
You know, there's been so many electrical faults lately. You know, man,
Yes,
it's
like,
a real
oh,
problem.
That warehouse fire was really unfortunate, or that smelting accident. Oh, nobody saw that coming. So you could do that.
We're
I
really
didn't- I
thinking of
didn't-
all the crime.
I didn't think about that, but yeah, that is something else you could do too.
We're thinking all the crime.
It really is like a can of Pringles. You start with a single chip, and then here we are 5 minutes later contemplating burning down this fucking place.
Alright, so Ash and Doc, I'll let you two make these rolls if you want to, so I can give you more information. Doc, you can use your underworld. And Ash, you can, I guess, use your scouting lore. Both of you can roll that. And I can
I'm
give
perfectly
you...
fine with not rolling anything here. This is far out of Crew's jurisdiction. He is robots and robots.
25.
Because you two would have the most experience with this.
Okay.
30.
30.
Let's
Okay,
go.
you both rolled extremely high. Okay. Alright, so this information is going to be the same for both of you because you both rolled really high and you both have experience with this. When dealing with these sorts of people, when dealing with these sorts of people, if you don't want to get pushed around, you need to show them that you can't be pushed around and you can't be threatened. Because they feed off of fear and use their power to intimidate. And if you can show that you can't be intimidated, they might back off. And Doc, for you in particular, that has worked in the past. Well, of course, in the past, people who've tried to intimidate you have also conspicuously gone missing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Funny.
But after that, like after a couple enforcers went missing, people stopped hassling you. So that's a little bit of extra information for you.
Alrighty then. What happened?
So we're gonna intimidate him. I'm gonna go with that, right?
Yeah, what up?
Intimidation is poor.
Hang on, is mine good? Hang on, I need to double check that.
You probably have the best social stats of all of us.
I only
have
got a
6.
+4.
Actually, what's Duncan have? Duncan he's diplomacy. So hang on, let me check what he's got.
Diplomacy. I'm cracked at diplomacy. I got a +12 in that.
Yeah,
I mean-
Duncan's got a +9 on diplomacy, but only a +3 on intimidation. You guys seriously have no one who can intimidate?
I'm the most intimidating person here.
What is your intimidation?
+6.
Oh,
I'm intimidating because I'm creepy, not because I'm trying to be.
Mhm.
okay.
Alright.
Yeah, you can use either diplomacy or intimidation. Like, I'll allow it.
Mhm.
Diplomacy would be if you're trying to talk things out, in like a rational manner. Intimidation is like you're bullying them, or coercing.
I mean,
So
you can be threatening and diplomatic, as dumb as
Yeah.
that sounds. Like, you can be like cordial about it, be like, I don't think you understand the situation at hand, my friend.
Yeah, you can be diplomatic and still be intimidating at the same time, which is why I'll allow either one, because
Mhm.
I know the party's a little more towards diplomacy than intimidation, so you can use that. I mean, if you really want to, you can just drag Duncan into the office as like the muscle and have him kind of
Stand there menacingly.
just stand there, yeah, to give you a bonus, give you a bit of a little bit of help in that.
Duncan, come here. We need you to be menacing.
Yeah.
In your tech knight gear.
Yeah, no, I can actually see how Karhast would do this. Yeah, he would stand there, being all kind of like intimidating at the same time, just giving this like really polite smile that
Mhm.
like, oh, you know, I'm being pleasant now, but I can totally kick your ass.
Yeah, we met
So-
this new guy. He's a merchant with tons of connections.
Yeah,
Tons
he
of
is a merchant with a ton of connections. So I can actually see how he'd spin this. I know a lot of people in the industry. It'd be a shame if any of this information came out. That'd be his attitude. I'm pretty sure, because I know Karhast very well. So that I think that's how he'd play Duncan off as.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want Garhaz to come in here and A, do exactly that, or B, do the exact opposite.
But no, yeah, you can use him as a bit of an intimidation tactic as your enforcer, because like he's got a huge honking axe on his back,
One that hit harder than a truck.
That hits harder than a truck. Yeah. So do with that what you will.
Alright. You know, come to think of it, I think I saw a few things while I was down there. Ash is gonna stand up and
Right in his face on the table.
he's gonna pull out his dagger and have it switch into the pole arm and stab through the desk.
Oh gosh.
Ooh.
Present evidence.
Take that.
Take that.
Action.
Take that.
Objection. No.
Hold it.
All right, yeah, Ash. When you do that, the mind boss's eyes go wide and he stares at the dagger. Not because he recognizes it. It's a show of force that's kind of startled him.
It is a knife.
It is a knife, yeah.
Is it still a knife? Then,
It's a
then
lance.
Ash,
I turned it into the lance.
All right, and the boss will stare at you across the desk, Ash, and go, "That's a mighty interesting weapon. How'd you come by that?"
In the depths of hell.
Jesus Christ.
You know, honestly appropriate.
I think you know where.
Ash, you see him practically squirming in
Mhm.
his seat. He's sweating now.
Mhm.
I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, more evidence.
Mhm.
Present
Oh, I
more
think you
evidence.
do. There was a handful of companies we saw. We were going through some files down there in that facility. This name just happened to be on it.
You see him squirm a little more. But he clams up pretty quick.
Mhm.
But you do get the impression that if you present him with a little more, he might be willing to talk.
Hmm.
You recall, you do remember, in character, you had seen Cumaenos like take pictures of the
Mhm.
crates in the warehouse. It's of the
Mhm.
direct association that the mining company had to the people with the funny card names, haha.
Gencorp
Suits,
Yeah.
the suits, yeah, Gencorp
and
and
the
the
suits.
suits.
Hmm.
Which is a direct tie of this company to something that is very illegal.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Are you afraid of ghosts, sir?
Beg your pardon?
You know, ghosts.
Ain't never seen one, so no, I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
God damn it.
I'm sorry.
There's
You
always
know
a
what? That's
boogeyman
rich
out
coming
there.
from me.
Oh, someone lurking in the shadows. You ever heard of, Gencorp, the suits, everybody's boogeyman?
Hello.
We're
Oh, look,
blackmailing
just in time.
someone.
Also, I forgot you have Trey with you too.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I forgot.
Trey's
Oh.
just sitting right there.
Yeah, he's sitting right there.
Truth be told, I was assuming that this was just like, hey, make yourself visible.
No.
Or, hey, do something poltergeisty and move stuff around.
I'm sure he
Actually-
can show himself to people.
He can, yeah, if he wants to, B if you ask.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, Italy, if he denies it, I can just, ask him to show himself. He is a suit.
Alright.
Mhm.
Yeah, the mine boss will shake his head, but he looks a little flustered now.
Mhm.
I don't know what you're talking about. Everyone knows about GenCorp and the suits, but I can tell you we're definitely not involved with them.
Mm-hmm. And why was he down there? He's point to the empty space. To Trey.
You see Trey over here
Mm-hmm.
smirking at you, Ash.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear him say, I like your style. And he poofs into visibility.
Mm-hmm.
Hi there.
I'm assuming in his like human form, not wisp form.
Yeah, his human form, not wisp form. Yeah, Trey becomes visible and waves and smirks at the mine boss. Hey there, I'm sure you remember me. And the mine boss practically falls back in his chair. He's like, oh, holy fucking shit. Upon seeing Trey. The fuck is he doing here?
Thought you weren't afraid of ghosts.
Trey will float over, fold his arms, and stare at the mine boss. I think it's about time you came clean. As I can verify everything you say. So start talking. And, the Mind Boss will slump in his chair, resigned, and stare at the rest of you. Alright. What do you want to know?
I don't know what's in your bank account.
Run that shit, homie.
Look at me. I am crime boss now.
Alright.
What do you want to know?
Yeah, you guys can ask anything now.
Okay. So, as we said, I guess one thing you're getting asked about would be the crates.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're moving the crystals, right? Or you assume it was crystals in there.
That you know of. They're moving something. Alright, you ask him about the crates?
Yeah. Well, ask them what exactly what they're moving.
Alright. Okay, so what he tells you is the business, so like the Diamond and Rough Mining Co. Operated as a normal, legitimate business, at least at first, and it hired out errands to help conduct their mining operations. But some years back, it got taken over or absorbed by another company, but you guys know that to be the Suits. And what he tells you is that a fraction of the weekly ore shipments get sent somewhere, but he doesn't know where. And that's weekly. And then over the past 7 years or so, errands would occasionally go missing from mining contracts, but he never looked into it or never asked about it, so he doesn't know what's going on with that. You guys mentioned the facility, right? Yeah.
Yes.
He doesn't know about that, so that's a surprise to him. So all he knows is the mining operations. That's it. Anything beyond that, he doesn't know. And Trey does verify that. Like, Trey was actually kind of the one who, I guess was the overseer, so he would move back and forth, making sure stuff was being taken care of appropriately. Kind of strong arm him, because my boss is just the middleman. He has no say in anything. He has no control over anything. He just conducts the mining operations. He operates the legitimate business front, air quotes. Yeah. Another thing that he tells you is, about the ore shipments. They go all over the place, but a fair number of them come into Sunshale, because Sunshale's like the central hub of a lot of the mining, farming, other raw material operations. So most of it comes to this town. Others, like the raw materials get sent elsewhere for processing, but the bulk of it is sent to Sunshale. And that's what he tells you about the crates. And what else would you like to know?
Totally a question. Let's see. What else can we get out of? His higher ups. Who are his bosses?
Well, one of them's in front of us, I think.
Yeah,
Well, this one's dead. This doesn't count.
So, at first, he'll point to Trey. I was like, oh, he's standing right there. But, like, aside from that, he does say that, let me see, what is my note? let's say. So after Trey went missing and like all contact kind of broke off 2 months ago, the mining operations, or a couple months ago, a replacement was sent by the name of Quint Bastoni.
Quint Bastoni.
Is that a name anyone would recognize?
Trey does, actually. And that is the 5 of clubs.
Oh, at clubs.
Club.
Yeah. And he took over all operations. So all of Trey's previous duties, he took over. And has been the overseer ever since. And unlike Trey, Trey is very clandestine and discreet. Quint is not. And Trey will kind of make comments like, I never liked that bastard. Yeah, so not a lot of respect there for whatever reason. You can probably ask Trey about it later. Anyway, yeah, so after Trey went missing, Quint took over and has been overseeing the operations since. He's more of a thug than anything else. Likes to show force, and he's been around town a bit. But yeah, he took over all the operations. Of note, though, after the party went missing, Quint actually came by the mining office with his goons to grab any records of the mining contract, including information on all of you. And instructed the mine boss that if the party returned, he was supposed to the mine boss was supposed to contact you and invite you to the office to negotiate payment, air quotes, which is you know now as the hush money. And you get the impression that the intent was to get the jump on you, but well, if he'd left behind any goons, you've probably taken care of them already, which are probably the shadows. And yeah, that's what he tells you about his new overseer.
So that makes 2 now in this city.
So that's someone that already knows us. So he knows we're here.
The mine boss shakes his head. He doesn't know you're here right now, but he was anticipating that you might come back if you survived. He's not the kind of person that likes to plan ahead. Not too much. But he doesn't know you're here right now.
Well, that's good for us.
Yeah,
Hopefully
good for you, good for me, I guess. Is there anything else you want to know?
We got anything we want to ask him?
I mean, he doesn't know about the facilities, so I don't think we can ask any more about that.
Yeah,
But,
Trey.
you know,
Yeah, Trey nods. Yeah,
but
that's our standard operating procedure. We usually have people like this to oversee normal operations, the legitimate business front. That way, it's easy to cut things loose when things go south.
Although I guess there is one more thing we could ask him. This is out of character.
What
we
does
did
that
meet
mean?
we did meet a certain someone in session 1 doing stuff.
Hmm.
I don't know if they're linked to this, but doesn't hurt to ask.
Oh, we could bring it up. He said it was a man, but we saw a woman when we came by, right?
We saw a woman named Jewel.
Mhm.
Do you mention that name out loud?
Yeah, we will do that.
All right. Yeah.
Well, that's up to you. But
I would do that.
do it.
All right. Yeah. So the mine boss, no clue. He has no idea who you're talking about.
Really? Okay.
Trey on
Fuck.
the other, Trey on the other hand does. It's like, what was that name you said?
Jewel.
She didn't give you her first name.
No.
That was her
But we found.
last
But
name.
we saw a woman dressed similarly to you on our way to this office to first take this job.
Ah, shit. What's she doing here? Not supposed to be operating in this area. Yeah, despite being a ghost, you see Trey rub at his temples.
Mhm.
Oh god, not even death can get you away from migraines.
That lady you saw is the
Mhm.
Ace of Diamonds.
Oh.
Why she would be here of all places, I have no idea. All of the face suits aren't assigned to specific regions like the numbers are. And Doc, you know this, both from Trey and also your past experience. Suits agents are split into face ranks, which are number 2 through 10, and then the face ranks, which are Jack through Ace, and then you have the Jokers, who are kind of outside that hierarchy. Yeah. So, yeah, Trey also explains that to the rest of the party. Yeah. Face ranks aren't assigned to any particular region. They're given a lot more freedom in the things that they're able to do. And they're usually assigned to the more risky missions. Although the Ace of Diamonds, she's a bit of a loose cannon. All of the diamonds are, in a way, kind of self-absorbed, selfish, do things for her own benefit. I'm no exception. But her... She used to be a skilled thief who could steal anything. That's why she was recruited into the suits. What she's doing here, I have no idea, but chances are it's not related to the operations here. Probably doing her own thing.
Alright.
But if you run into her again, be careful. She's not above using anyone and anything for her gain, and then ditching you when it's convenient. She will stab you in the back, make no mistake of that.
Somebody has a grudge.
So,
from experience.
so the thing about the suits, yeah. So you have four main, I guess, divisions. You have hearts, diamonds, clubs, and spades, and they're all geared towards specific things. So clubs are enforcers, they're brutes. They tend to do a lot of like racketeering and stuff. Like they're the most visible. They're usually involved in gang stuff. Hearts are espionage. They'll infiltrate and gather information. Spades are mostly assassins and more combat oriented. And then diamonds are more acquisitions and finance. So like they're more like the white collar crime kind of stuff. But in terms of the hierarchy, diamonds are usually the most selfishly motivated. So they go rogue fairly often. They'll pursue their own agendas. DG knows this because I wrote one into second book, yeah, they're prone to going rogue, and pursuing their own agendas more than any other suit division. Hearts are probably like the next ones up that are prone to going rogue, but for different reasons. So yeah, and a lot of the divisions aren't really fond of each other for various reasons. There's a lot of rivalry and backstabbing. So clubs are usually looked down on the most because they are not discreet at all and cause problems for a lot of the other divisions. And then diamonds, yeah, usually have their own agendas, so nobody trusts them. And then hearts are just gonna outright lie to you. You can't tell when they're being genuine, or if it's just part of the job. Spades are the most straightforward because they're just murderers. You know, you can't really reason with them, or
kill.
barter.
That's
Yeah,
it.
they just kill, and they enjoy it for the most part. But they're very straightforward and predictable most of the time. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, so that's what Trey will tell you.
So now there's two of them around here. Not the best circumstances.
Well, as long as you don't get in her way, she'll probably leave you alone. Unless you can provide, unless she thinks you're useful. And might want to be careful if that's the case.
I'll make note of that.
And what of Quint? What if we don't want him on our backs?
Well, if Quint is here, chances are you'll probably see him, but staying out of his way will be really difficult. Unless you really keep your head down. He's more into the racketeering side of things. Used to operate out of Bayport Island in southern Sheridan, running his rackets with the businesses there, offering protection in exchange for payment. People like him like to bully people into submission and get his way. It wouldn't surprise me if he started doing that here. New turf and all. I knew from the start that was a bad idea. People in this town are really tightly knit. Mess with one, you mess with them all. Better to keep things quiet. But I'm sure he'll be stirring up trouble before long.
I see.
Is there anything else you guys would like to ask about?
That's all I can think to ask you about for now.
This is a joke question. Do we
Go
still
ahead.
get our money?
Yeah, I'll get our money first.
You'll take care of the money.
Well,
Yeah, this whole time, Aku's just been sort of like a stunned silence. You know, he didn't even pick up that this was hush money.
He's like,
like-
ooh, money.
This whole thing just like came out.
Money.
He just
why are we
believed.
arguing about
I
not
could
taking
see
the
Prue
money?
entirely believing the guy that's just like, oh, you know, like we were missing for a few days. It's probably just like hazard pay.
That's what he was playing it off as. But both
Yeah,
Ash and Doc know.
exactly.
Ash and Doc know because they have experience with this. That is hush money.
Yeah, no, exactly. Crew has no experience with this. So, yeah, this whole time he's just like standing there, just almost just as shocked as the boss here. Just like, what the hell are we doing?
Well,
Alright.
we'll take what we're owed. And we were never here. You never saw us. And we'll stay out of your way.
He nods. And then the boss, instead of actually, he'll take the the check, I guess, that he wrote for you. Take it. He'll slide it back across the desk, rip it up, burn it, and then he'll actually walk to one of the filing cabinets here, and you see Ash, what looks like a safe hidden in one of the cabinets. He unlocks it, and then when he comes back, he's holding a pile of physical money.
Nice.
Which he slides across the desk to you. Alright. Pay you exactly what you're owed, and then some, but off the books. And as far as I know, I never saw you, and you were never here. As far as I know, you're still fuck all in the wilderness somewhere. And that's all I'm gonna say if I'm asked.
Sounds like we're in agreement then.
Yeah. But if I hear any rumors going around or you spreading information and it comes down on me, I'll know who's responsible.
Yeah, you hear that, crew? Keep your mouth shut.
Yeah. Who just actively just like sort of jumps back a little, and then is just all right, just like that. Yeah. Like he is like sweating bullets. This is not a good day. This like you went into today finally out of hell, just like finally I get to go home. I get to sleep in my own bed. I don't have to worry for my life. Boom, we crash a truck. Boom, electrical outage. Boom, threats.
Alright, so yeah, so the Mind Boss slides a pile of money over you, so because it is physical currency, it is off the books. So he essentially gives you, how much does he give you? He gives you all 250 each.
Let's
Oh
go.
my goodness.
So not as much as the 400 each that he was gonna give you, but still more than your initial payment.
You don't need that hush money. We're good.
So you can all give yourselves 250 GP. And
Under-
This is all going
Put that in
to
your inventory.
the debt pay.
So
Meanwhile,
50
Duncan over
each
here
or
is like
250
doesn't get
each?
any.
250 each. Yeah. So you get a fair
beautiful.
Let's just give Duncan Oliver's share.
Yeah, we'll do that. He's
Oliver's not here, and you know this guy is just.
he's a
this
witness
is,
now.
This is Duncan's hush
bit. Yeah,
money.
Duncan's a witness now.
Just listening to all of that, like, explanation, like, what the hell is
He's like,
going on?
what the fuck have I gotten into?
There's
Plus
a
he-
ghost.
Duncan needs a cigarette.
You can borrow
Hey,
one
I'm
each.
sure this guy can share. He
You
has
want
like
one?
30
He's
in
got
an
some.
ashtray right now. You could just ask for one.
Yeah, he's got like a bunch of cigarettes in the ashtray over here, or all in a pack like right here on the corner. So like if Duncan asks for one, he'll give him one. But yeah, Duncan witnessed Ash trying to clean up a crime scene, blew up the power on a city block. So, yeah. Duncan, you get the sense that you're involved with a bunch of really shady individuals.
And also crew.
And also crew, who is now an accessory to a crime, to covering up a crime.
What's the worst that can happen?
Alright, what would you guys like to do now?
I mean, I think getting the fuck out.
Yeah. We should start doing that.
Alright. Well,
Crew will just like, almost as like a sort of habit, will just like mutter a quick thank you before leaving. Which, it's just a little funny considering, hey, I know that like we just threatened you and everything, but like, thanks.
alright, yeah. Mind Boss waves you off.
You know, I can imagine Trey saying when leaving. I can imagine saying bye-bye, I hope you don't disappear.
Yeah, Trey poofs and goes invisible again.
Let Ash do whatever he wants.
What? Oh, god damn it.
Yeah.
God, I hate this fucking mouse. I mean, I guess this is what I get for buying a cheap one, but
I look at Cumaenos, what's he doing?
Oh, there's a whole thing I was doing out here. I was waiting.
Alright. Alright, Cumaenos,
you have time.
what have you been doing this whole time while the party has been giving the Mind Boss a shakedown?
Well, first thing he would have done is walk past this room, peek inside, and see if there's actually anything that he could see as accessible within.
Accessible? I mean, yeah, it's just locked, but you can see inside. It's just, it looks like an office with a computer and a terminal.
I have to reload because I can no longer select my token, but he would walk inside and inspect the terminal while they have that interaction going on with the Mind Boss.
Alright, yeah. So, you can just go ahead and do that. Alright, so, when you enter the office, computer is in, I guess, sleep mode. And you have to input a password.
He glances around the desk to see if there's either a note or some like personal effect.
Oh yeah. You see a sticky note just like taped to the inside of the drawer here. And
He would use the password off the sticky note.
yeah, this person's not very smart. And you're able to access the computer.
He would then just kind of swiftly go through and see if there appears to be any clandestine files saved within.
So, because it's the mining office, there aren't really any super secret files. A lot of it's fairly mundane. It's basically business operations and manifests. But you do find stuff similar to what you guys found in the labs. They're basically shipment manifests, but for the mining operations. And you find two sets of I guess shipment records. One looks like normal shipping records. The other one looks like it has stuff missing, so they've been doctored a little bit. So yeah, someone's been cooking the books. Definitely.
He would actually download a copy of those records to investigate more later.
Okie doke. And yeah, you probably have one of Crew's flash drives just hanging around, so you can just download that.
Excellent.
Yeah. So you can peruse those later at your leisure. Wow.
Is that a car back there? I'm taking this for a car.
Yeah, there's a car. There's a car back there. And yeah, that's what you find on that computer. It looks fairly mundane, but in the context of everything you guys have seen so far, yeah, there's some shady stuff going on. But it's mainly falsification of shipping manifests. Like they're trying to hide some stuff.
Like above board, the thing that Cumaenos is interested with that is comparing the two and finding the locations that they're being shipped to that they feel shouldn't be on the books.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you can probably look into that later, because you downloaded all the files. So.
Yup.
Yeah, you can do that when you get a chance.
That's about it. I'm not going to derail too much beyond that. He was just, if you haven't noticed, while other people are busy with things, he tends to get nosy.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mhm.
It's fully acceptable.
Yeah.
Considering we're all shady.
Yeah.
What? Shady?
All right. Anything else
I
that
shed
you...
a tear.
Anything else that you guys would like to do while you are here?
Oh yes. I'm gonna say this while he's walking out the door. So, I blew up some power lines. You can cover that up, right?
Probably. The fuck did you do?
Well, those little goons that he has sent after us, maybe cause a scene. So I had to cover it up.
You see the mind boss sigh and rub a hand over his face. I'll see what we can do. Just get on out of here. I don't want to see you around here again.
Mhm.
And if I do, it'll be too soon.
Right. Let's hope we never meet again. Right. Locking the door, man.
Yeah. All right. So, now that your business at the mining office is concluded, what's the plan for, the evening for all of you?
I think we should find a place to fucking go sleep.
Yeah, so,
This fucking guy just, oh, well, it's sundown, time to go to bed.
Go home,
so,
go bed.
here's the question though. Are you guys gonna be going your separate ways? Are you sticking together? Where are you gonna go? That's the real question.
Mhm.
It's definitely a question.
One of the questions of all time.
Mhm.
Because there's a couple of places that you guys can potentially go. Because I do have maps for. I do have like locations for each individual character that you guys could potentially go. But you guys need to figure out where you're gonna be staying, at least for the night.
I mean, unless Doc gets stopped, he's just going to his house. That's his plan, at least. But yeah.
I should probably bring it up now then, before you leave.
Yeah.
That, Ash saw you teleport.
Uh-oh.
Mhm.
Yes, indeed.
Ooh, hee 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 ooh.
Ooh, hee, 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 hoo.
Which way are you walking?
I mean, he's literally just. He's literally just gonna be walking away, I guess. But
So, Doc, as you're walking away, Trey kind of notices the obvious tension between you two. He's like, so, you're not going to address the elephant in the room right now? I think he knows what you did.
I know.
And you're not going to talk about that?
I don't know if he wants me to talk about it in front of everyone.
Mhm.
He's glaring at me from behind.
So when did you eat it? When did you take it?
When I take it,
Mm-hmm.
just intervention. took at the same time I took everyone else's.
No, you're gonna hurt.
If I recall, you see people's memories when you eat it. Is that right?
Only one.
Only one. You could see Ash clench his fist for a second, and then you'll keep that to yourself, right?
I mean, I have no reason to talk about it.
That's great. So don't ever mention it. Whatever you saw.
Gotcha. But if you do ever want to discuss about it, you can find me.
I will not.
I assure you this is enthralling.
Trey stares at you two. Well, if you two have absolutely nothing to say to each other about whatever just the fuck happened, I suggest you find somewhere to hole up for the night, in case more goons come looking.
Yeah, good luck with that. I'm just gonna walk away.
Well then.
During that conversation, yeah, I'm gonna say it's pretty obvious. Crew's just trying to like get away. He's not like running or like even really walking that fast, but like he doesn't want to be here.
Now, I am going to voice my opinion on the subject. I am not exactly the most personable individual in reality, but even I can see that an apology for doing something that offends someone's sensibilities might be in order.
Yeah. I see what you mean. I'm so not used to working with others.
Yeah, I can tell. Especially when you're able to look at people's private histories. Things that they don't really want others to know about for whatever reason. Not exactly things people like sharing.
You found your browser history, dude.
Could be one of those. Sadly, was not.
But his though.
I'd ask, but I'm not sure I want to know. Seems like a private or personal issue. But if you want to know, or you want to talk about it, or blab about it, or confront him about it, that you do you. I'm fucking dead, so I have no fucking say in the matter, so whatever.
I'm sure we can settle this later. For now, though, we should probably just rest. I'm tired for the day.
Sure, it's a good idea for you all to go your separate ways right now.
Probably not, but I don't know if you noticed, but we're not necessarily the closest party.
Yeah, I can tell, but whatever. Nobody fucking listens to the dead guy, so you do you. I don't care. He dies, not my problem. Actually, no, it is, but I don't fucking know. Yeah, just try not to die. Otherwise, I'm stuck here, and I don't really want to be stuck here. And
Well,
then
don't worry.
Trey just shuts up and then follows along wherever you're going.
Well, I guess for now, like, he's gonna stick with the group till we're out of the industrial zone. In case we do get attacked again. Well, once we get back to civilization, we'll see.
Duncan's just there, standing
Duncan-
menacingly.
Duncan's just vibing. Alright, yeah, so where do you all go?
Duncan might go and see his friend who even introduced him to the five of you. If nothing else, then to very politely ask her, "Who did you put me up with here? What even is this?"
Yeah, that's probably good. That's probably a good thing to ask.
Mm.
Alright,
That's
so
probably where Ash
I'm
would
glad
head
you
to the
agree, I
bar.
guess.
So where are you guys going? Back to the bar? Back to your places of residence? How, you know, are you sticking together? Are you separating? What y'all doing?
I do have a house that's clean.
Yeah, okay. So above board as a DM, it's easier
Yeah.
for me to handle shit when you're all together.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
the only time where it's okay, like, and generally expected where you guys are going to be splitting up is when you're doing downtime stuff.
Yeah.
But for this day in particular, it's a little important that you figure out whether you're sticking together for at least the night or not.
Mhm.
Because yeah, that'll affect some things.
Okay.
Yeah. This is above board, just in general. Like, I'm okay with you guys splitting up for downtime stuff because I expect
Mhm.
that to happen.
Okay.
But in this situation,
I was just thinking if the downtime was just starting like the moment we got back, then I was wondering.
If we...
My downtime is murder.
No.
because my expectation was that you guys would generally probably be sticking together because you know that they know who you are, possibly.
Yeah.
You know that you're probably being watched. You know that it's probably not safe if you're alone. But
They want to kill us.
yeah. But if you guys are gonna go split off for the night, go ahead. I don't care. It will I will have to adjust some things, but yeah, you can do whatever.
I mean, we could go back to the tavern real quick.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not,
if you want
Hot
to.
man.
I'm not against going back to the tavern. We gotta go check on, the drunk man.
Check on Drunk Man, see if Myiari's still there. Just a place to relax for the evening before we go. Just...
Alright, yeah. So you guys are gonna go back to the tavern then?
Mhm.
Sure, let's go
Alright.
back to the tavern.
Sounds like a fair plan to me.
Technically it's a saloon, not a tavern, but whatever.
Or go back to the saloon, man.
We're not low. We just talk funny.
Alright, one
Not
second.
from here.
I'm gonna
I'm from here.
Are
I'm
you?
so sorry.
gonna adjust things a little bit here. Before I activate.
Activate.
So I'm gonna adjust some things here because I don't think after like 2 hours the bar patrons would be the same.
Mhm.
So let me pull these in.
Also, you're definitely getting followed home, crew.
What?
Yeah,
What?
if he goes home,
If he goes home?
definitely getting followed.
I'm
Always
about to have an anxiety attack.
He's
the
like-
player.
He's like the
Always
only one
remember
that
to
isn't
watch your
like
back.
paranoid.
Who is absolutely paranoid. He just doesn't. This is the completely new form of it, okay? He never had to think about this before. He doesn't know what to do.
Haha, someone's never been accosted by the criminal underground before, haha.
Yeah, like I said, all his loans are legal.
Are you all here, Lens?
Ah ha ha ha.
Very hilarious.
What do you know about my loans that I don't?
What do you mean?
Don't worry
For
about
sure
it.
they're legal?
I'm scared.
Alright.
All money is bad money.
Don't worry about it.
Mhm.
All money.
More money, more problems, alright.
Alright, hang on, let me reload. Be
We.
not letting me activate the scene.
But yeah, I guess on our way, we could update Mr. Duncan here. This is a witness of what happened to us for
It's a
real.
You want to give him the rundown?
We should probably do that.
He's with you. You can do that.
Duncan regards you with some interest and says, well, if you go to talk on your own accord, that sounds much nicer in some way than me to having actually demanded the various questions out of you.
Yeah. You probably deserve to know regardless.
Yeah, so you guys are talking like on your way back to the saloon.
Yes.
Alright. So, I guess you give him a summary of essentially what's happened to you guys.
Yeah. Basically the real reason why you disappeared and all that.
Alright.
And how we have
And what
suspicions.
what is that? I mean,
That is us collapsing into from a cave-in into an abandoned lab owned by GenCorp.
fantastic.
Oh yeah, Duncan doesn't know Trey is there. He doesn't know.
Duncan might
Yeah,
comment about this not being a very good explanation, but sure.
I just
I mean,
realized.
Duncan
Okay,
really did
here.
just have a fucking ghost show up and be like, hey, what's up? I'm a ghost. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Well,
that's literally what happened. Doesn't know what the hell Trey is.
I mean,
But-
Trey is with me. Trey could help explain. Totally.
Yeah, since the party is not very talkative in general and probably doesn't do a really good job of explaining the situation, Trey will kind of summarize stuff, at least from the party ending up in an underground weapons lab. So from that point, yeah, bare bones summary. Trey was actually a former suit that had defected and was feeding information to a federal agent by the name of William Enfield. But towards the end, there was an earthquake caused by a destabilization of the ley line in the area, and he died when he got crushed by a piece of falling debris, and now he's a ghost. And he fought the party, tried to kill them, and then they managed to talk him down, and now he's helping them. And generally what happened in the labs, they ran into Lilith, the succubus of knowledge, struck a deal with her to retrieve golden apples from the giant mutated tree, that belonged to a dryad who'd been captured down there and managed to escape containment and corrupted everything down there. They also made a deal with Solomon, a rogue AI robot thing that had been trying to escape the labs and kind of been trying to protect its existence. And then the party also fought Hesperides, the corrupted dryad of the aforementioned tree, and managed to cleanse the corruption from her, which the party knows to be the corruption of Echidnaron, a false god. And yeah, that's about it. And after retrieving the apples, they gave one. They promised to Lilith when they made their deal, and she helped them get out with the aid of a reprogrammed summoning circle to become a teleporter and drop them out in the desert. And yeah, that you're caught up pretty much.
So yeah, you know, just like a standard Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday afternoon.
Anyway,
Yeah, just standard wrapped up in a big conspiracy. Nothing unusual.
anyway, yeah, it's a fucked up situation. I'm stuck tagging along with these fuckers. Just keep making their situation even worse somehow.
Mate is going to look at Trey, and the LEDs just form like a middle finger.
I have done precisely nothing to make my situation worse. Thank you very much.
It's only for like a second before it's back to the face, but
Trey glances at Cumaenos. Hey, I don't mean you in particular, I just mean your group in general. You guys fuck things up a lot.
Fair.
It's not like we encounter a scenario like this every day.
I mean, fair point. I've been trained to deal with situations like these, but I mean, seriously, you guys could do way, way better.
I'm sure we could too.
I don't think you know how to be discreet.
Who knows? Maybe you can train some of us before we resolve your situation.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Duncan looks, at the axe handle that he happens to have on hand and decides not to say anything.
Yeah, Duncan, like, after giving you that explanation and kind of, telling off the rest of the party, you see him go invisible and you can't see or hear him anymore. The rest of the party seems to be able to, though.
I will say, what's your perception mod, just so I can figure out if, like, passively you'd be able to see this? Answer's probably yes, but...
Who are you asking?
Yeah, who are you asking? Duncan?
Oh, Duncan, because, crew can't just normally see Trey. He has to switch the toggle on the HUD.
So, Duncan's passive perception mod, or his perception mod is +9.
Yeah, I think that's definitely enough to see, when Trey goes invisible, you could see crew just, like, quickly go to his glasses and, like, switch the HUD to a ghost sight, because I'm smart, and I did that. Because unlike the rest of these assholes, I can't see goddamn ghosts normally.
That's tragically unfortunate.
Anyway, yeah, so you guys make it back to the saloon, and it's a little more packed in here than it was when you guys left a while ago. The patrons are different. I don't have tokens for them, but yeah, just assume that the saloon's packed.
Oh, whoops. Sorry, I stole Trey.
You stole Trey from me.
Yeah, just assume that the saloon is like packed with people, because it's I guess happy hour right now. It's about 8 p.m. No, 7 p.m. at night. So a lot of people are getting off work, and such.
We're chilling.
Yeah. You do, however, see Myiari still kind of at the table that you guys were at earlier.
Oh, that's nice, because that is who Duncan was looking for until you went, let's stay together.
Yeah, so she's still here. But you guys do immediately notice that Oliver is nowhere in sight.
He probably got taken home.
Yeah, escorted.
Duncan's getting the sense that herding these people is a never-ending task, so that's fine. Duncan will, in fact, go approach Myiari and inform her that she pretty much owes him a drink for settling him down with. At least not in basket cases.
Nice.
If anyone wants to deny it, I'm going to very politely ask if you really should.
Look, I don't deny it, okay?
No, you're right.
You're very much right.
Yeah, so yeah, Duncan, you arrive first, and Myiari seems to be, I guess, in the middle of, I guess having dinner at this point. It's like kind of late, but yeah, she pauses and stares up at you, kind of surprised, and all like mildly offended. It's like, I'm sorry. They're not that bad, are they? I thought they were quite nice.
I won't say they are unkind people or anything, Duncan will agree. They just seem to have been really, really good at getting themselves involved into a bunch of messes.
Well, that is to be expected of Aberrant. I've known him for a couple of years now, and he's a little bit strange, but I don't think he's a bad person. Perhaps, not very well socialized, but not a bad person. The rest of them I don't know all too well. I only met them 4 days ago. So I can't really say the same.
They're getting haunted by a bunch of ghosts.
A bunch of what?
Partially ghosts. Which we partially solved by crashing a truck into one of them. It seems to have been small potatoes compared to some of the other stuff that they have managed to get themselves up to. You really didn't know any of this?
She stares at all of you, like past Duncan's shoulder. she just stares.
Cumaenos is sitting there drinking a juice box with a straw under the mask.
That's how I figured he drank stuff, actually. Just loud slurping.
I like it.
Very appropriate.
Yeah,
It's apple juice.
Oh, sure.
I don't know why. I feel like I consider Cumaenos more of an orange juice guy than an appy juice guy.
This apple juice
Hey.
looks like pee.
It's a juice box. You don't see the liquid.
You can pass as beer, you know?
Good pass beer.
Particularly unfoamy beer.
Well, it's a juice box, so like that's like the
You're not-
equivalent of dripping out a sippy cup.
You're not gonna hit me with Schrodinger's juice box. Is it apple juice or is it piss?
It's in a juice box, so
Flip a
like I
coin.
don't think you can tamper with it.
You'd be surprised.
You can reseal those.
I'm sorry.
Why is it always? Why
I'm
is it always
so
piss music
extremely
and so
happy
much?
that none of this conversation is something that can reach Duncan or Myiari's ears.
Anyway,
You
yeah.
were
Myiari stares at all of you, like, standing behind Duncan.
I mean, is this is the table that Cumaenos is sitting at an open one, or
It'd be open, yeah. Like, a
Alright.
lot of the other tables are occupied, but, like, you know.
if it wasn't when he sat down, it probably is now.
Yeah,
big mask guy sits down with juice box?
yeah, Myiari stares at all of you and goes,
Feel free to refer to the no mic channel.
she goes, no, they didn't mention any of that to me when I picked them up. They just mentioned that they ended up in some underground caves, and that was the extent of their struggles. I didn't know there was more than that.
Duncan will.
The deepest sigh imaginable.
No. He sighs audibly. Duncan will look at whichever person is closest to him and go,
Me.
"You really didn't think of actually telling this woman what you got yourselves involved in, given that it all sounds plenty important."
It would just cause trouble.
She
We're very grateful for our rescue.
Can you? I was gonna share a room with any one of these other lot, but I might have to request to get one with you instead at this rate. Duncan scratches at his beard a bit. Suspiciously.
in response to your question, do know what we just had to deal with because we are aware of what we are at this point. Making others aware might not be beneficial to their long-term health.
Yes, if you were trying to protect me from something, that's all moot point now that you've told me.
I did not tell you anything. I was drinking a box of juice.
While
I'm
spinning
gonna
some
mute so I could just laugh at that real quick.
Sure.
Well, now you've gone and put her in danger.
Yeah, she's gonna stand up from her seat. She looks really, really angry. She's red in the face, and her gaze is drifting between like all of you as if trying to figure out which one of you to slap.
Oh no.
I will raise my hand.
You wouldn't slap a guy with no face, would you?
Who's just making himself like as small as possible.
Yeah, she is fuming. She doesn't look like the kind of person that gets angry all that often, but she looks mad. If you could see steam just kind of coming out of her ears, that would probably be, you know, what she'd look like right now.
I volunteer as tribute.
I don't think it works that way. So, I drive all the way out there to help you, and you tell me nothing all the way back, and the entire time that we're here, hoping that I wouldn't find out, or you thought that it'd be safer I wouldn't know, and then you go and dump that on me?
Oh, he did that.
Yes, but he didn't know that! You all did!
Listen.
What do you
If
expect me to do?
if you're gonna tell me off for being genuine, we're going to have a problem a lot of the time.
I mean, it's fair to tell her. In your, you know.
And then, Doc, she whirls on you and, like, gets, like, right up in your face. Like, she's shorter than you, But the way like she is glaring kind of makes you feel a lot smaller than she is. And you! How long have we known each other and you didn't think to tell me anything?
I didn't think it'd be the right time.
Like she grabs the front of your jacket and starts shaking you violently.
Ah.
I thought
This is
you
a
had
public disturbance now.
Yeah, this is public. Like you see a couple of people staring in your direction while she's giving Doc the shakedown.
While still trying to, they'll just like hunched over. Crew just sort of like covers Mate's eyes.
Yeah, she's still shaking you, Doc. I thought you had a lot more respect for me than that. It's like, how dare you? And just keeps violently shaking you.
We went through a crisis.
Don't you sigh at me. And then, she lets you go and takes a step back and sighs. I can't imagine what you've all possibly gone through. But, and she rubs a hand over her face. You've put me in a bit of a bad spot here. I'll stay quiet as much as I can. I don't know what you saw down there. I don't want to know. Unless you feel it's necessary for me to know. But the less I know, the better. But if there's any trouble coming your way, I'll keep an eye out. I am fairly well connected in the Sky Marshals after all. I hear things on the radio. So, if you need any help and it's something that I can help with, I'm more than happy to. But don't think you're off the hook. I'm still mad at you. And she folds her arms over her chest and lets out a huff. Grumbles under her breath. Just, I'm going to be helping you. No more secrets, all right?
Yes.
For the sake of my own safety, and in order for me to help you in whatever way I can, I need to know certain things. All right?
I gotcha. I'm sorry. Just, it'd be a lot to take in. And I don't know if we can do it here.
We. You want me to tell her?
Right here
More?
in front of everyone.
No, not now.
Like,
Just give me
how much trouble are you in?
On a scale of 1 to being assassinated, I guess we're closer to the latter end.
I'd say we're close
That
to
is
being
a-
assassinated.
I mean, technically, there was an attempt.
Yeah, there was an attempt.
Let's
Sorry.
just say during. Yeah.
I'm
Let's
sorry.
not recover from that.
That's the best line ever. No, I'm good. Okay. Sorry, that was amazing.
On a scale of 1 to being assassinated, we're closer to the latter.
Okay, sorry, I'm good now. Myiari just stares blankly in your direction, Cumaenos. Like she doesn't know how to digest that.
If she could hear a crew like literally just mutter, just like barely above whispering, he does say there was already an attempt.
She slumps her shoulders and sighs. Well, I guess that's a very apt description. of how much
Or, I mean-
trouble you're in.
I mean, if you want the more personal aspect, I have two deific creatures inhabiting my body to a certain extent.
She stares blankly again.
Do you want me to continue?
This is
What the
getting that
fuck
more
are you
secrets
all
now.
involved in? I thought the doctor was weird, but the rest of you.
Can we move this somewhere private?
Yes,
No.
please.
Well, I guess y'all can come back to my place.
That's fine.
No, no, no. We can continue talking here. I haven't even brought up the demon yet.
Oh my god.
No,
Okay,
no, no, no.
what?
We are moving.
We are moving.
All right.
You might hear the faintest hint of a smirk behind Cumaenos' mask.
So as you're walking, Cumaenos, Myiari is side eyeing you and keeping a wide berth.
Mhm.
Good.
All right, Ash. So you're taking them back to your place.
I am.
Yes.
All right. So I have a new map that I need to activate. Yeah, discreet, right?
That wasn't very discreet.
Mm.
Yeah, we need to practice discretion. Hey everyone, I got 2 fucking gobs in me.
He didn't scream it. He's like.
He's talking out loud.
It's happy hour, okay?
It sounds like he's just shitposting at this point.
Uh-huh.
At least
People
we
are being
didn't
crazy
bring-
in here.
At least we didn't bring up the fucking god apples of knowledge.
Oh, we can.
They always can, yeah.
If you want to give her the rundown, you can show an example of the apple of knowledge.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Cumaenos probably just sounds like he's drunk or high.
It really was.
It's
doing
not
that
very
aptitude.
100%.
Yeah, get drunk off apple juice, there we go.
They left it sitting out for a while. It started to ferment.
That does actually make me curious. Is Cumaenos like a drinker at all?
No, not at all.
So he's a teetotaler just trolling. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm gonna pull out this map and put your tokens on it. Let me.
So Ash, where do you even live?
My boss's place.
You have a boss?
Of course, I have a job, don't you?
Yes.
All right. So.
I believe the doctor is employed, yes, but I'm roughly self-employed for the most part.
Oh yeah, I forgot to drag Myiari in there. 1 second. So, Myiari actually, blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I can't speak right now. Yeah, Myiari actually, lets you all, like, ride in her Jeep, I guess. And it's a tight squeeze, just like last time. And she asks where,
Okay, but who
where are we
sits in
going?
the front this time? Because last time it was Oliver.
Who is she less creeped out by? It's probably Duncan.
I mean,
I-
he's
I
really the
said
one
Duncan.
just.
Mhm.
Went
It
up
could.
like,
It's
hey.
probably either Duncan or Ash, because like this is Ash is the one giving the directions.
Mhm.
Yeah, Ash is probably giving the directions.
Yeah.
So yeah, y'all load up in her Jeep, and she asks, where we headed, and Ash, you direct her, and you guys drive, out of the. You drive out of the errant district and entertainment district all the way into the residential area of Sunshell, which is like northeast, east, southeast, like all the blue areas that were in the Sunshell map. And actually, I'll just show you. I'll go back to the Sunshell map and show you about where it is. So, I'll go back here. So
dark.
yeah, it's dark here. You guys can see, right?
Yeah,
A little bit.
Yeah,
A little bit.
I mean, I can, but that's because I'm special.
All right. So the area that you guys are going to, let me zoom out. Is about the river area around here. This is where you are.
To like the edge of the farmlands.
Yeah, about the edge of where the farmlands would be. So like this area is quite a bit nicer in terms of as far as residential areas goes. It's a nice neighborhood. There's actually trees. It's a little bit green. Well manicured lawns, white picket fences, that sort of thing. Very quiet residential neighborhood. And what time is it? It is 8 o'clock, I think. What is 1900? I can't.
1900. That is 12, 13.
That is 7 p.m.
It's 7 p.m.
7.
Yeah, so it's after 7 p.m. So it's quiet. The street lights have come on at this point. You can see
Except
a lot
for in
of...
one place.
Except for in one place, yeah. And yeah, you see a lot of people, driving into their driveways, coming home from work or wherever after a long day. And Myiari parks the Jeep just on the street out front over here and lets you all out. Alright, we're here. I can't say I've been to this area before. It's kind of nice. Looks like one of the richer neighborhoods.
Is it that expensive to live here?
Well, I wouldn't know. I'm not a homeowner, but it's from what I know, this area is mostly for families. It's a very, very highly desirable neighborhood, from what I've heard.
And you said this is your boss's place.
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to bring a bunch of people hunted by ghosts and corporate secrets into that kind of nice place?
I mean, if I'm there.
Good point.
Yeah, Ash, you've got the house is outfitted with some security, so yeah.
It's the most secure spot I know. All the way down here.
A little dark.
Keep off the grass.
Sorry, I was trying to fix my mouse. Fucking. I don't know. Probably the batteries, but like, I don't know. This really is what I get for just buying a fucking $20 mouse from CVS.
Oh
Welcome
no.
in.
You're not a gaming mouse owner? What the hell?
Listen, my previous mouse was
Very important
complete-
question. How much LED do we see?
LED lights in here?
Do my eyes get burned out of their fucking sockets just watching?
No, it's fairly warm lighting. It's not too bad. Some of the other houses on the street, not like the best choice in lighting. It looks like they chose it themselves instead of listening to the contractor. So they have like these really disgusting, cold white pot lights around the edge of the house. I actually know places like this in my neighborhood. But yeah, no, tacky decor and stuff like that. But yeah, Ash, you live in upper middle class residential area in Sunshell, near the Glitter Gold River. So, decently sized houses, lots of trees, manicured lawns, actual grass, fairly respectable. And from what Myiari said, and from what you know from living here, at least for the past while, most of the residents in the neighborhood are what you'd call normies. So they're not errants, they're not involved in the errant industry whatsoever. They have, day jobs, they go to school, 9 to 5, whatever. It's a little boring, but it's quiet. And people tend to leave each other to their privacy and they don't bother you.
Okay, wait, but very important question. Is this a shoes on or a shoes off house?
Leave your shoes on, please.
Yeah,
This
so
place is nice.
yeah, so you walk in, it's fairly big. The entryway has got like a vaulted ceiling and you see stairs going up to a second floor. And one thing that you'll notice about a lot of the decor, it's a lot of blue and white.
Interesting.
Yeah. Somebody likes blue and white a lot in this house.
Lots of flowers here too. Wowie.
Yeah, a lot of flowers. You don't really think Ash is the type that likes to care for flowers, but hey, there's a lot of plants, and they seem decently cared for.
They're on my to-do list.
Yeah, they are on Ash's to-do list, probably. And Myiari will kind of take notice of the place. Oh, this is quite nice. How do you afford to live in some place like this? Do you make that much as an errant?
I'm practically living here rent-free.
What?
Oh, that must be nice.
Jesus Christ, the timing.
Are you okay?
No, that was entirely me. I can make myself cough on, like, realistically on purpose.
What kind of arrangement do you have where you can live in a place like this rent-free?
You know, some PA stuff.
Oh, alright then.
Wait, I didn't hear that. Some what stuff?
PA, personal assistant.
You're a personal assistant? To who?
Somewhat. That's a good question.
What?
Oh, alright then, I'm not going to ask. That's
We'll say
not
that I'm
right.
cryptic.
Yes, and I thought you were the mysterious one. Then Myiari just walks past and follows Ash wherever he's going.
Where are we going?
To the kitchen. No, there's seats here, unless you want to sit on the couch.
Christ, I hate this fucking mouse.
No.
Just sort of plop down on the couch.
It's a comfy couch.
Is it one of those reclining ones with the buttons?
Sure, why
That-
not?
Let's go.
That looks more like a sofa than a couch. Looking at it. Yeah,
Oh.
no, it looks more
Yeah.
like a sofa than
Yeah,
a couch.
DJ?
Or Trey's thoughts on this place.
Trey just kind of looks at the place and kind of vaguely impressed. Like, oh, these are nice digs. Oh,
Coolio.
yeah, better than what I'm used to. Someone sure is fancy.
Not really my cup of tea.
Yeah, and as you guys walk into the living room area, you can see through. There's a pair of glass doors at the back over here, and you can see an extensive garden out
Somewhere
the
out
glass
there.
doors. Yeah, just out there. All right, now that we're in private, somebody mind explaining to me what is going on with all of you? You don't have to tell me everything, but I'd at least like to know what I'm dealing with here. And if I should be worried about my own safety right now.
Hmm.
I'm gonna
Hmm.
take a seat at the table over here.
Well, she is your friend, doctor, right? I think you can explain it better to her.
I guess so. So we may have, you know how we accepted a contract and disappeared?
Yes, I recall.
We didn't actually fall in the cave.
Yes, I
we
gathered
fell-
that much.
We fell into a top secret weapons facility. That sounds outlandish, I know. But it is a weapons facility owned by GenCorp.
Well, it was non-functional at the time for the most part. There was an earthquake that had racked the area similar to the one that caused the cave-in that we experienced that disabled most of the facility.
Why are you
And
standing
we,
in the shadows over there?
I always
we-
do this, I don't see how it's surprising.
Yeah, it looks
we-
very ominous right now.
I'm gonna look for the light. Let me put the light, turn the light over there.
There just happens to be like the light bulb that like would illuminate that place. It just happens to be like slightly
Turned
out of
off.
its socket.
Have to fix that later.
From the shadows.
Mm.
And we saw a lot of interesting things down there, like demons, robots,
Dead people.
corrupted plants, tons of dead people, ghosts, all that.
Well, I see dead people all the time.
That we-
That's oh, that's quite a lot of information to absorb. She sits there utterly flabbergasted. But she fixates on one part of the doc's story. You said a GenCorp, right?
Yes.
I haven't heard that name in a long time. Everyone says that they went under 7 years ago, but you know the
Literally.
stories. Yeah, you heard the stories. Everyone knows. Everyone talks about it. Everyone thinks that they never really went away. They just hid somewhere and continued whatever they were doing. I had heard rumors. It's, you know, people in the Sky Marshals, they like to talk. Everyone likes to talk when you're in a guild. Usually it's just stories, rumors. You don't think it's real. I've never encountered anything like that. But I did hear things. People would go missing sometimes. Sometimes I'd be out in the desert and see a rescue beacon go off, but I could never find it. Maybe that's... She goes quiet.
Were those beacons in that general area?
Some of them, yes.
And that might be the reason.
But yes, it is very much those exact same stories of which leads to our current predicament of being under threat. It is our belief that it is likely that those same remnants of GenCorp and the suits are likely aware that we encountered that facility and don't want that information to get out.
Yes, here's the thriller though. That facility was being operated 2 months ago, before it went unoperational. So that means GenCorp was still active during those times.
Well, at least. in
At
this
least for that
area.
facility. In this area.
Didn't we? I think this is something that we know because of like stuff that was shared from one of us looking at a computer. there were dealings with other facilities, right?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yes.
that's correct.
Yeah. Okay. That one wasn't the only one active. There were mentions of other facilities.
Myiari folds her hands and under her chin. She tries to digest all this information.
Are you hungry?
No, I'm fine, but thank you.
Walks in with a charcuterie board.
Probably.
We can go find one.
So this facility was in operation that recently. Oh dear.
And here's another thing. Since they went out of operation, no one's been in there since. To me, indicates whoever was running it wanted it to stay covered up forever. And we happened to fall into it. And make it out alive. And while we were going to get our payment, like we said, we got attacked. So, yeah.
Come back with some chips.
Very fun situation we got ourselves in.
Yes, definitely. I don't know what to say. I figured you'd all been through a lot, but I didn't think that much. And you're all okay? And the way she says that, as she's staring at all of you, she's not quite convinced or that you guys weren't really affected by anything. Like,
I mean,
that's
though,
messed up.
It's very obvious looking at crew. Physically, might be fine, but this guy is gonna need therapy, man.
Oddly enough, that ordeal was not the most traumatic one I've experienced.
I've been through worse.
Okay. Not going to pry, but I'll take your word for it. But that aside, what are you going to do now? If you know all this information, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to tell anyone?
I have an idea.
This all seems rather important to be
Yes.
keeping secret.
Yes, because I intend to find someone who can help us with this.
Oh?
Do you happen to
Who
know
is this
anyone?
if...
Do you happen to
Continue.
know anyone named William Enfield?
Takes a moment to think. I think I've heard that name before. Give me a moment. I think I ran into someone with that name on a few occasions over the past couple of months. And she frowns in thought for a second or two.
As she's
Yes.
thinking, sorry, I was gonna ask what's like Trey's reaction to hearing that.
He's just he's sort of floating a little bit closer, just waiting to see what the response is. Yes, actually, I do recall a man with that name. Red poncho and a cowboy hat, if I remember. Sniper, I think, is another errant, but unaffiliated, if I remember. I actually ran into him a few days ago, after you all
Really?
disappeared.
Really?
When the call went out for a rescue operation, he was one of the first to respond. Where he is now, I don't know. I only got the alert a little bit ago that the rescue operation had been called off, and I suppose everyone's on their way home. But
Well-
I've seen him around town a fair bit.
Do you know where he frequents?
The saloon, actually. Spends a lot of his evenings there. But not that often. He's hard to predict, that one.
I think we might know somebody that might have a good idea on how to find him.
Yeah.
Well, if you're looking for this Mr. Enfield, I'm sure you'll run into him if you just hang around town for a little while. I'm sure you'll bump into him. There's a lot of familiar faces, but with all of the new people coming in for the tournament, he might be a little more difficult to spot.
Well, I'll just go ahead and say that we're trying to find him because, well, yeah, we just need to find him. He likely knows already. Considering him and Trey were buds.
Who is this Trey person?
This guy right here.
She-
Don't
open air.
do that again. It's very startling.
That time it was intimidating. This is more casual.
So you point him out?
Well, I gesture to him. I don't point him out.
You gesture to empty air, and she
Yeah.
stares at you, confused.
All right, you don't see dead people.
What?
Is that quite a comment to drop?
Okay.
There is the spirit of one of the individuals we encountered in that facility following us around who was relevant to the situation at hand.
Well, thank you for explaining it.
You're welcome.
Is it possible to share effectively I'm trying to give Myiari the HUD code I use to be able to see ghosts. Is that might be able to just send that to her?
Actually, she pulls her goggles down from her head and puts them on, and then she taps a button on the side and stares where Trey's standing or floating, and squints. Oh, I see who you're talking about now. And she smiles awkwardly and waves. Hello?
Does she realize that he looks exactly like how the doc currently looks?
I mean,
No,
he
it's
currently
probably
is
this
wisp
right
form.
here.
Yeah, he's in his wisp form. He's not.
Oh, right, wisp, not
Yeah.
face. My bad.
Huh. I have heard from a few people who deal with ghost hunting and stuff, and I've never actually seen a ghost for myself, so this is a first. And he just follows you around?
Yeah.
Huh.
And he knows a pal who could possibly get us out of this mess. That's the gist of it.
And he's okay with that.
Yeah.
Aren't ghosts usually things you banish or something? I don't know how it works. I don't know a lot of people in ghost hunter guilds.
I don't know much either, but he has unfinished business.
Duncan glances at his axe and goes, "We banish a couple. Kinda."
Banish
I
isn't
see.
the right word. I think it's more, help them pass on.
Resolve their issues, I see. I mean, I've spoken to a few clerics of the ferrymen in Merzenabor that phrase it that way. But I'm not close friends with any. I'm mostly friends with pilots and mechanics.
They're good people, though.
Well,
So-
now that I know what your situation is, I can see why you concealed a lot of this information from me. I don't think I would have believed you at first. But
Yeah, it sounds very outlandish, I know.
But I am a little bit flattered that you think I'm trustworthy.
Kind of forced. But you know, guess we kind of had to.
Well, sounds like you have a plan in mind, so I'll help you find this Mr. Enfield if I can. I'm around a lot, but if I see him out in the field while I'm on patrol, I'll let you know.
That would be very much appreciated. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. We've been associates for a long time, so I'm more than happy to help you out. If you ever need anything, just ask.
Yep, he just nods.
So, what are you all going to do right now?
Right now, it is my personal intent. Well, I suppose do you mean immediate plans or this exact moment for the night?
Well, this exact moment, but immediate plans, yes.
Well, it is my intention to continue investigating what is going on with the suits within this city, as it seems as though they're likely going to make it our problem. I'd rather resolve it before it becomes a problem that's brought to us.
I think we're in the same boat there.
That is currently one obstacle we have to worry about.
I'm not very much in the business of just waiting for people to come and assault me.
Well, I don't know much about the suits, but I only know what everyone else knows. Major turning point in history, you know. But I'll keep an eye out for any unusual activity as much as I can. But I might know some people. I'll have to ask around. So I might be able to help you out a little, at least in the information department.
I see.
Well, that'll be greatly appreciated. I'm sorry, kind of dragging you into this kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm very sorry too, but
Thank you.
at least thank you for understanding.
Despite all of the heavy information you've dropped on her, she still seems fairly cheery, and she smiles at you guys and waves it off. Don't worry, it's no trouble at all. Makes things a little more interesting than my usual routine, if I have to say. But I never quite expected something like this. I can't complain too much. I've always wanted a little more excitement in my life, but I don't think I ever anticipated something like this. But, well, I'll have to deal with it, I guess.
Suppose the grass is always greener on the other side, I suppose.
Indeed. I left Nordheim in search of adventure and excitement, and I guess I found it. Oh well.
Sadly, it's more extreme than I think you would have hoped for.
Yes, a little, but one day at a time, I guess.
I can't necessarily say I expected any of this either. My first contract with companions.
Why do you say it like that?
Well, at
Just wanted
least
to
you...
make a small dent into my debt. I just wanted to make a dent in my debts.
I can't tell if I'm lucky or unlucky.
I think that's still up in the air right now, but at least you're not dealing with it alone. Small silver linings.
Yeah. Probably the best way of looking at it.
Well, is that everything you all had to say, or is there more?
Oh,
I mean, outside of personal effects, not especially.
No, personal things, it's up to you to share. I'm not going to pry. But if that's everything you all have to say, she'll stare at you all again. Did you want me to stay here with you all, or would it be alright if I go home?
I would advise staying here.
Alright. I do have patrol in the morning, so I'll be leaving around then.
Mhm.
But I'll stay the night, if only to help keep watch and make sure everyone's safe.
I would simply advise to be cautious
much
about finding
prefer
yourself
going
alone.
home. If you much prefer going home, I'm sure one or two of us could help walk you over that well, so.
Oh, actually, tomorrow, the next day is the weekend, so she is not patrolling. Never mind.
Nice.
Good excuse though to leave.
But something I would advise, at least until these issues are resolved, is avoiding finding yourself alone and in isolated areas.
Isn't that what patrolling is?
Oh, well, I'm mostly a solo operator. I do have other guildmates at the Sky Marshals that I patrol with, and since I've been called back to town for at least the duration of the month, I don't think I'll be alone that often. But, thank you for your concern.
Oh yeah, and one more thing. If you see anything unusual, or like something that, if you see anything unusual, you can notify us of it, and hopefully it's not something related to us, but if it is, it'd be good to know.
It probably will be. I mean, have you seen us?
Yes.
With the most unusual thing to be in this town for a while, I think.
I don't think I'm unusual.
I mean,
Not on the surface, anyway.
you all are varying degrees of unusual, and I mean that in, the nicest way possible.
I've been unusual for 4 years.
You're an interesting bunch.
We're not about to get all offended, I don't think.
But, yes, if I see anything unusual while I'm out and about, I'll be sure to let you know. And she takes out a card and scribbles down her contact information and slides it across the table, or slides it onto the table for you guys to copy. And if
I
you
already
guys...
agreed to get lessons on potions from her. I know her contact info.
And if you all need to contact me for anything, my radio is always open, as I said before.
Take her while she's here, you could do that.
I mean, the problem is, I don't think this kind of place has, like, the fucking necessary tools.
Yeah, but you can still nerd out.
Are you fucking kidding me?
So, Myiari, because she is actually an alchemist, she has a portable alchemical lab in her truck, or in her Jeep. So, if you really wanted, she could actually just haul in some of the equipment there.
I mean...
Until you guys get your own.
Yeah. Looks at the fucking homeowner.
Hi.
Out of character, because I would need to first ask. Would there be a place in here where it's just like... Because I assume we wouldn't just be working with, like, fucking unsafe ingredients just outside.
Let me check here in a second.
Do I have something in here?
Like a workspace? So
There's a library down there.
there's a couple of different places. There's like a library just south of the kitchen where you guys are. There's an office towards the front. There's the garage.
Okay.
There is actually a greenhouse out in the garden that you could use. That's like empty. And I think there's actually what's on the second floor? Hang on.
Peer over here a bit.
I put the second. Oh, there it is. And yeah, there's a couple of places on the second floor that you could use. Like, there's a lot of empty rooms. Yeah. So yeah, there's space if you wanted to construct a workspace. Yep.
Ash, do you know if there's anywhere here that could kind of be used as a workspace?
What?
Just to get the answer to that question in character. I don't want to be making repairs on like mate with in a place that wouldn't be that yeah.
Are you going to explode anything?
No.
Are you going to ruin the grass?
Very specific.
I can't promise that, unfortunately. You know, like
Yeah,
repairs
Ash.
do get a fair bit, a little messy at times.
Yeah, Ash. So with your living arrangement, you're allowed to use the space however you like, but the caveat that any property damage or maintenance stuff, you take care of it. And your boss, what day is it? It is the 2nd, so your boss is coming by in like a week. So, you know. Yeah.
I would advise you to be as safe as possible.
Of course, yeah.
So if it's going to explode, you will have to take the brunt of it.
I'm already used to that, to be honest. Yeah. Again, just like on the clothes and on the parts of like Crew's skin that are visible. Yeah, there are burn marks.
You could do it in the back. There's a greenhouse.
All right. Thanks. Where is that?
You'll find it. It's the only thing back there.
Oh, all right. Crew's just going to oh, whoops. I had both these selected.
My
Yeah.
There aren't any like picture frames, right, of the other family in here?
No, actually.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's actually a
and-
conspicuous lack of any like family photos or anything. But that's for a reason.
Yeah. I wonder why.
You have family?
Is this a shed or the greenhouse?
That's the greenhouse.
Okay.
where
That's
you
the
are.
greenhouse.
Yeah, Crew's just going to walk in and make just like a small makeshift workspace for himself.
Yeah, you got a lot of space there.
Yeah.
Well, Myiari will push herself away from the table and she looks tired. Well,
Should I show you to a room?
Yes, please, if you don't mind.
What are the accommodations of this place?
Yes.
Look at him with a glare.
How many
Doesn't
beds? How
wanna
many
talk to him.
baths?
It is to be expected.
Can never just be thankful for a place, huh? There you go. Ooh, we go upstairs.
Yeah, there's like a little stair icon.
Zooming.
Okay.
You get teleported.
Which
Yeah.
one is the bigger room?
The biggest room would be this one here.
Alright.
I think. Is it? No, that's not the biggest one. No, wait. No, they're the same.
Same size?
Yeah.
Hey, yo, purple, let's go.
But yeah, the main bedroom would be this one.
Yeah, he'll bring her to this one. And here you are.
Myiari will
Mhm.
some moving over.
Jump off the ledge.
No. Myiari
Wow,
will
this bedroom sucks.
Myiari will smile gratefully at you, Ash. And just sigh. Thank you for the hospitality. I do appreciate it. And I am assuming you live alone, but for such a large place, you do a really good job of taking care of it. Your employer would be proud, I think.
Yeah, I guess they would. I, normally don't have company. At least try not to have any.
Myiari will she'll stand there for a couple of seconds, just assessing you, Ash. Not really sizing you up, but trying to get a read on you almost. She's a medic, reading people is her thing. And she goes, "You don't have company often, right?"
Rarely.
She
Just whenever they need something.
She nods her head to the door, seemingly indicating the others. You don't mind hanging around with them?
I have no disdain for them. At least most of them.
That's a good thing, I guess, if I have to say. It's better to go through life without hating people or showing disdain for people. And it's a start. It's how you make friends, right? They're not bad people if they are a little weird, but I think if I were get to know them, I don't think I'd mind.
Yeah. I'd say they're not bad people.
If you can admit that much, that's definitely a good start. You're not all as doom and gloom as you seem. You should smile a little more. I think you'd be, not quite as dour, as you appear.
What's wrong with my smile? I'm smiling right now.
Strange to say, but you don't seem like the type who smiles a lot, but you do have a very good smile. Anyway, I'm sure you have your other guests to tend to, so I'll be fine. I'll just spend the evening reading before I go around making sure everybody's okay and the place is secure. Sky Marshal thing, Sky Marshal habit. Can never be too sure about security. Not that I mean any offense. I'm sure you keep security, quite tight around here, living by yourself. It's just habit.
I don't know. You're fine. It's a little paranoid myself.
Alright then. I can understand the paranoia to an extent. She smiles at you, Ash, and then turns around and removes her bag of holding, puts it on the bed, and pulls a book out of it. Alright, I'll be right.
You have a good night.
You too, try not to stress yourself out too much.
So I already got the white hairs. There's a
Alright.
closed door.
Yeah, Myiari will just spend her evening reading.
He's already up. She's already up here.
Cumaenos is in that room.
So you've already claimed this room.
It was the first door that was available, and the door is unlocked. I can move if you would like.
No, you're already here.
Cumaenos. So when you walked into this room, one thing you'll notice is, like aside from the purple decor, which is, a noticeable difference from the blue everywhere else in the building. There's a lot of books and a lot of interesting curios in, the cabinet or display case over there in the corner.
And he's nosy, so he'd probably be curiously poking around.
Yeah. A lot of the books on the shelf are in regards to magic, actually. Quite a bit of stuff on all the different schools of magic, but mostly arcane. And then you also see a lot of fiction books sitting around. Like adventure novels and the like, a couple of books on performing arts, a lot of theater and dance type stuff. But yeah, and the trinkets in the display case, they almost look like they could be magical or something. You're not sure.
I can be sure, though.
Oh yeah.
I have the power.
Oh yeah.
I can be skip bop dottum dottum.
Okay.
Beep beep bop bop.
Give me the button, up.
Oh yeah,
What
you
do
have
my
like.
special eyes see?
Yeah, it's a detect magic, is it? Yeah. Alright, so, yeah, looking at the stuff in the display case, they do have a bit of an aura of magic, but they're not really magical in and of themselves. It does seem like they've been around magic, but not magical enough that they have power on their own, because it's just Ash living here. If they were magical, he'd have used that stuff. Probably. But they just seem to be, curios bathed in, like, magical auras that somebody has collected, over the years. They're valuable. They're valuable for sure, but not, like, outright magical.
I see. What I would say is, do any seem to have any interesting psychometric resonances about them if I peruse them with my hand?
Okay. Alright, Ash, would he have touched any of this stuff, or would Ash have handled any of this stuff?
Probably cleaning it, yeah.
Alright,
Cleaning out the
yes.
dust.
This is probably what Cumaenos was up to while Ash was talking. He was just like poking around and shit.
Alright, yeah, Cumaenos. So the most obvious thing that you'll glean is that, yeah, Ash has definitely touched all of this stuff. And the impression that you get, at least emotionally, it's something routine. It's not something he really enjoys doing. It's something he has to do because he's been instructed to. But you do get, something else, and it's not from Ash, it's from whoever owns this stuff. And what is the emotion that you get from these? Pride, for sure. Person who owns this stuff is very proud of their collection, a little smug, and a little bit of a know-it-all.
Maybe I'll even do a bit of psychometric assessment upon the pride then.
What does the psychometric assessment do?
I
Let's
tried
see.
dragging it onto my sheet to like click on it. It
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
like it though. But it does, you spend 1 minute concentrating on the object to get a vision of the face of the person who imbued the item with such emotion.
Okay, I can actually drag his token out. 1 second,
Mhm.
and you'll see what he
Let's
looks like.
go.
Some of you will actually know who this is. So where is he?
Funny.
Alright, I'll drag him out.
Funny,
There we go. That's who.
I am
That's what he looks like.
perceiving.
He looks familiar.
Yeah, he
Yep.
looks very familiar. Some of you.
Did Duncan stay downstairs?
Hmm?
What?
Sorry?
Car has to know who this guy is. But that's what he
Then.
that's what he looks like.
Wait.
Where are we looking?
Far
second floor.
left.
Yeah.
Second floor.
Now that I have a face.
Yeah, that's what he
Oh,
looks
good.
like.
Far left?
So,
Can you ping me over?
he's like up here.
I believe if you hold shift and left click, it'll do it, question mark, as
It's like
the
up the,
game
it's up the,
master.
it's up the stairs. Hang on.
Yeah, up here.
I'm.
Upstairs, first door on your right.
I'll just drag you up. Hang on.
You just drag him
Thanks.
over here.
Where the fuck are you? You're all the way down here.
Yeah, he's downstairs.
He hasn't moved.
I don't really move my token out of combat all that often.
So yeah, there. I'll just move you up here so you can see. So that's this guy up here.
I may have a hunch who that may be,
Yeah,
certainly.
you should recognize him. Yeah. So yeah, that's the face that you see, Cumaenos.
Excellent. Now that I have a face, I would like to attempt to glean lore upon this individual.
Alright.
He's a real bro, I've been told, but
He's a
that's
real
just
bro.
me.
A real dick.
Alright, go ahead and roll the Glean lore, a 1d100.
Swat.
46.
Okay.
Very mid.
Pretty mid, yeah, so.
What did I have hero pointed? I don't think that's applicable here, though.
I
I
mean,
believe a hero point needs to be a d20.
And I
yeah,
can't-
Exactly.
it has to be a d20. But I might have mentioned it before, I don't remember, but the axis has kind of shifted a little bit for your Glean lore. So 40, yeah, 40 and up is Axamundi now. So
Let's go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fucked other
Yeah.
idiot who's not actually even a god, Lamau, dumbass.
Wow. All right.
Your dog water?
So with Glean lore and a roll of 46 and that image of that face in your mind, it's somewhat familiar to you. So like you've seen it somewhere before. Like it's someone famous. And you do actually get the inkling of a name. And the name that you get is Tyrion Sinclair. As for who he
Understood.
is, yeah. You can actually probably roll me a society check if you want to actually pinpoint who he is, because that's actually a major name.
We live in a society,
We
but
live in a
I am not very
society.
familiar with it because I am a hermit.
Yeah,
I
no,
kinda don't want to roll.
You wouldn't see the face nor hear the name.
Yeah, so this is just for Cumaenos. Yeah, so you don't know. The face sticks out in your mind. The name seems like it should be familiar, but you don't know.
I'm a fucking hermit.
Yeah.
I live under a rock.
And yeah, that's stuff that you get.
Then following that, Ash walked in and was like, "Hey, you like this room, huh?"
Yes.
To which at this point, Cumaenos, with the new information available, would respond, "I don't suppose Mr. Sinclair would be quite upset if I used the room now, would he?"
Doing what I did to him.
What are
I
you doing?
suppose if it's, not left, messy or wrecked.
We'll look to be respectful of the space, yes.
How do you know who lived or, lives here?
Just a feeling.
Feeling.
I tend to learn based on the things that I'm around, strong emotional impressions upon things.
Sounds like a drag.
I wouldn't say so. It keeps my curiosity sated at the very least.
You don't mind sharing a room, do you?
Duncan just mutters something about, handsome. It's probably fine.
I do not mind at all, no.
He'll look to these two. Does anybody want to share a room with him?
I don't mind, honestly.
Alright, we'll get acquainted.
There's plenty of books.
Sure, this is a reasonable time now that we're not stuck down there.
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Yummy books.
You can look through
They
his
don't-
books.
They don't even have flesh to consume.
They don't have flesh to consume.
Darn.
Consume the flesh.
Wait, what if
Actually-
they were leather-bound books? Could you learn what's in the book?
Learn what the cow felt.
Oh
Fucking
my
eat it?
That'd be weird.
That would be kind of weird, but also kind of makes sense. All right, who's next?
It's Duncan.
All right.
I have to roll, huh?
Last one. Well, I'm
I mean,
assuming
I
Trey will
don't. I
come back
guess
here.
I don't mind that much. But yeah, it feels weird, bro. It feels funny. It feels strange. And I fucked up the roll anyway, which I'm actually quite comfortable with.
Oh wait, did he say the name out loud?
Cumaenos said Mr. Sinclair.
Can I roll?
Sinclair.
That works.
Actually, yeah, DG, you can roll.
Nice.
Cumaenos repeatedly hints that he knows a lot more than he lets
fuck.
on. People just have to ask.
30? Holy shit, okay.
And
Pretty
that's
good.
not
Oh,
even a
damn,
crit.
son.
And that's not even a nat 20.
Pretty good.
All right, so
That's pretty good.
Doc. Okay. So, Tyrion Sinclair is a rather famous errant from Arcadia, but spends a lot of time in Sheridan for work. And he is known as the Phantom Rose, and he's represented by a purple rose. And he's a member of the Sinclair family. And he has a twin sister by the name of Phoenicia Sinclair. And, yeah, the Sinclair twins are the children of the current head of, I guess the Sinclair family who operates a business in Arcadia. They're fairly well known. The family is fairly extensive. There's a couple of other Sinclairs around, and the rose is their emblem. And they do a lot of work both in Arcadia and outside of it. There's a couple of family members all over the place. One branch of the family is actually in Florentio. But yeah, they do a lot of work around there. And Phoenicia Sinclair is fairly well known as a retired knight and errant. who retired a couple of years ago following a severe accident, and became a fashion designer. And she's fairly well known for her philanthropic pursuits, whereas her twin brother Tyrion has most of his attention focused on the business side of things.
The theater.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
one
they
photo over here.
they travel around a fair bit. Like the family is fairly well known for going around to different places and recruiting members into a guild that they sponsor called the Rose Guard. It is a fairly well-known international guild, and it is invitation only. And each member of the family will go around and I guess sponsor individuals that they find particularly outstanding. Each member of the family has a quality that they usually look for. And members of the Rose Guard can usually be identified by a pin that they wear. Each one has a different colored rose depending on who sponsored them. And yeah, that's what you know about the Sinclair family and Tyrion Sinclair. Tyrion Sinclair himself is a fairly prominent duelist. He is a magus of the Laughing Shadow variety, so he's a teleporter.
Funny magus.
Yeah. And he's fairly flashy. He has a bit of a flair for performance. But he's very intelligent. He dabbles in magic a little bit, but yeah. Both of the twins are fairly personable. His sister is a little more so, deals with people a lot more. Tyrion can be a little bit insufferable at times. At least in public. But he's not a bad guy. At least from they tend to be fairly well known in terms of celebrity status, but like, you know, most people won't really recognize them on the street unless like they really follow the specific sphere of society that they tend to operate in.
I see.
So yeah, for Phoenicia Sinclair it would be fashion, and then for Tyrion Sinclair, he's mainly known as a duelist, but he gets involved in a lot of scientific and magical research. And he usually runs that aspect of their dad's company. That's what you know.
Seems like a retainer source, though.
It's a bit weird to call someone a retainer when it's a family business.
True. Kinda. Like one.
Yeah, and Doc, when Ash mentioned personal assistant, you can kind of connect the dots now who he's employed by. And the Sinclair family are really fucking rich. And fairly influential.
Well,
Yeah.
ReGenesis feels like an old man despite being the youngest person in the building.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, you guys may continue.
Alright. I will lead you to your route. Point. You've been awfully quiet.
How much of this do you regale to other people? Mr. I have a 30 on my skill check and I'm not afraid to use it.
I mean, that's just
Reveal
stuff
what?
he knows.
Yeah, he can share that if he wants, but I don't think he's sharing it right now.
I was about to say, I'm asking how much gets passed around.
I mean, you heard the name Tyrion Sinclair.
Yeah, so I think it could be assumed that Doc doesn't share it right now, the information that he knows.
Sorry.
One
Then
of the things I've picked up with this group is unless it's actively said that it's shared, it's
Yeah,
kept.
don't assume.
that's fine.
They
That's
don't
fine.
they
Then
don't talk much.
at most, you have Duncan noticing
I mean, he'll share it
flashy,
tomorrow.
good-looking people around before deciding, let's not bother anyone like that.
Is this a room?
That's the
It's a
bathroom.
Right. We need to open
That's
that.
the bathroom.
You get to sleep there.
That's where Crew is sleeping.
Crew's sleeping in his fucking makeshift workshop.
You can sleep in a
Alright.
library.
And this will be your room for the night.
Gamer setup.
Gamer.
Alright, so unlike any of the other rooms that you've seen previously, this one actually looks somewhat lived in. And, I guess you can probably assume that this is kind of where Ash stays normally.
Mm-hmm. Nothing. Silence. Okay.
He's a robot. He doesn't speak.
Ash, are you gonna retrieve any of your stuff while you're in here?
Do I have anything personal in here? Probably not.
I don't think so, no. I think Ash keeps
Mhm.
that in the other's place.
Mhm.
Jesus, how many fucking houses does this guy own?
Not other house. Something different.
Mhm.
I mean, this is a vacation home if you think about it.
Sometimes you just want to go pretend to be a cowboy for a little while. You just gotta go rootin', shootin', tootin'.
Yeah.
Sometimes I
Most
like
of
to
all,
bum it
be
on
kind.
the bridge. So, make yourself comfortable, I guess.
Duncan will get himself comfortable. It's nice to take the disjointed, odd ensemble of armor off and let the skin breathe a little.
Take off the not so drippy drip.
Mhm.
Yes, Mr. Zoomer, I will take off the not so drippy drip.
The drip of the dripless.
It's not the same unless you have a proper fucking cap and some
Mhm.
stickers to go along with it, and a nice pair of shades,
True.
Very
true.
important.
Alright, that's everyone sorted. Yeah, Ash, while you were helping the others into their rooms, you did kind of spot Crew outside, just making a space for himself in the garden, or in the greenhouse. He's
Yeah.
probably fine?
Yeah,
Question
Crew's
mark?
just like, yeah, I'd say by the time that Duncan gets shown his room, he's already just like started just making his some repairs on Mate, and Crew's just going to, I'm gonna say right now, he's just gonna fall asleep while doing that. He's gonna wake up with such a crick in his fucking neck.
Duncan is mostly pleasantly
Mhm.
surprised to have a private room, a place to himself. I guess he didn't expect that.
Alright, Ash, what are you gonna do now?
Going to my own room.
So, the door is up there. It's the secret door.
Mhm. Take it there.
Yeah, you can access it, right? Yeah.
I cannot touch.
You can't?
Nope.
I'm going to assume this isn't meant to be the case, but I can actually see into the room from the greenhouse.
Yeah, no, that's fine. You can see it. That's fine.
Get
I'll
drag
just,
in there.
I'll just drag you in there. Hang on.
All right, cool.
There's supposed to be a secret door. I don't know if you can open.
I cannot touch. I think it's only you.
Secret tunnel.
I'll change that later. But yeah. So Ash, you got your own little space up here.
Going to grab a pillow and throw it on the floor and sleep.
All right. Anything the rest of you want to do before we end for today?
Uh,
I would have struck up a conversation if I haven't fucked up my society roll so much.
Is that why you were so quiet? You couldn't think of anything to talk about?
I talked about one thing with a woman Duncan kind of likes and she blew up. Do you want him to get talking again?
Yeah.
Don't lie to me.
Yeah, it's fine.
what's the worst that could happen?
What's the worst that can happen?
All right. What about the
That's
rest
funny.
of you guys? Anything you guys want to do before you all turn in for the night?
No, I got to do my cryptic oracle shit today.
Doc and Trey are just gonna be reading books or
I-
perusing the books.
I would ask like what kind of plants are in here, but
I don't think
I-
you'd be able to
yeah.
identify them.
Mhm.
I have a +1 to my nature because I haven't realized how fucking great untrained improvisation what is when I made this character. That's
Ah.
generally one of my favorite feats.
All right. If that will be everything you guys are doing for the day, I guess you all turn in, and it's been a long day. You only just got back from your harrowing expedition into hell, pretty much. Got back to town and then subjected to, well, more harrowing situations. It's been a
Nothing like an
long
assassination
day.
attempt to start the day.
Yeah. And you all turn in one by one, and it's not quite restful. You're all a little bit on edge and paranoid, but eventually you all get around to sleeping. And I guess that'll be where we end session for today.
I don't know if I want to say Crew would be one of the last to fall asleep because like he's working, or one of the first because he's working, but it's fucking loud.
Probably
No,
gonna
I
get
think
noise.
it'd be
Loud.
more-
If he's loud, he's gonna keep
Yeah.
other people awake. Don't do
Yeah,
that.
I think it's more the former than the latter. Like I think Crew's smart enough to just like be
Bedtime.
quiet about it.
All right, so that'll be it for today. We won't be playing next week or the week after because next week is Easter. I'm doing stuff, and then Cole's gonna be away the week after that.
I'm gonna be on the West Coast
yeah.
and not by my PC.
And then probably the first opportunity we'll be able to play again is I think the 16th of April.
Mhm.
Yeah, starting next session, we can get started on downtime activities.
Woo!
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And I'll explain how that's gonna work then when we pick up, because I'm sure you're all going to have different things you want to do and want to know how I'm gonna handle it. But yeah, make a note for the things that you want to have your characters doing starting the next day, because I'm gonna start tackling downtime in like chunks of like a week each. So you know, think about what you're all wanting to do. And I'll explain how things are going to work in the campaign going forward, because this is where the sandbox opens up, and you're gonna be free to do whatever you like. Yeah.
I'm gonna get you that fucking gun, DG.
All right, and I think that's it for today. And thank you guys for
Oh, yeah.
playing.
Thank you for hosting.
I
Thank
hope
you
you
for
that fun.
enjoyed. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time, and I will figure out the schedule when the time gets
Mhm.
closer.
Understandable.